streaming. Let's see. I'll start the stream up.
But this dude is a cool cat. Like all his pictures, he's got like the fuck. He's like it's like the old school blues pictures where there's like those big ass long cars, those Continentals, and he's like getting out with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth, and that's the album cover, like him just in a those old school blues albums.
That's kind of
like
badass.
In the 70s and 80s and stuff.
I'm getting a request. We may have to delay the show just a little bit. We'll see.
Like some of his stuff's like this. Right? And then he'll have stuff like this.
Let's see what he says.
Have y'all thought about just doing the show and wearing bandanas?
Wearing bandanas?
The whole time?
Bandanas the whole time.
More masks. Like, especially during the pandemic, we would come in here before everybody was getting out again. We started doing the show real, like, I think we took a week off maybe? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
We didn't take much time off. And then when we came in, we made sure we were all masked up kind of facetiously, like over the top. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Way over the top.
I think that would be dope.
Bandanas.
I don't know what he's wanting.
Who are you talking about?
James just goes, can you shoot Alex a list of these tracks that are missing? And there's nothing on there.
Hey.
I don't know what he wants. I don't know. Hey, Doug.
What do I do with my hands?
Hey, Drew. And Drew. He wasn't at the meeting last night.
Are y'all gonna give a recap on the meeting? Because I didn't even know what it was.
I did post the audio today.
Yeah, he was recording the whole thing.
Yeah, I recorded everything. Posted the audio today on our Jerry Jonestown Massacre stream.
I guess I'll go listen to
You
that.
can go listen to it. But yeah, I do want to talk about it a little bit because there were some things.
I need to start taking a recorder everywhere. Shit.
It makes things easy. You get one of those little Zooms, those little H6s or whatever. It makes it so easy. Just set it up, record. I record all our shows, all our live shows and stuff.
That'd be cool.
Where was it at?
Bites
Was it Cicada, right?
No, it was at Printed Threads.
Mm-hmm.
It was at Printed Threads. But I figured, yeah, we'll talk about that. Probably right off the thing. The entire city was invited, Andrew.
Hey, yes.
All of it.
And they showed up.
Yeah.
Up. That was because I go to the meetings pretty often.
Every month.
Yeah.
I want to start doing our show out there
So,
at the monthly meetings.
that'd be cool.
Then everybody's there. They can swing by, say hi, and hop on and say what's up. Promote whatever they got coming on, any shows or whatever. But at least one or two. I think it'd be fun to do the show out there. But last night I went for the same reason. I want to see how many showed up for this, and man, that place is packed.
Yeah, it's the most I've seen. Yeah, it's the most I've seen show up.
Well, and big names.
Yeah.
Matt's BFF, Vaden Lewis.
He was there?
Yeah. He was concerned.
About what?
The state of Fort Worth music. It was an all hands on deck.
I'm concerned too.
Everybody's worried.
House parties.
I don't know how far we got,
love
but, but yeah, it's definitely there'll be more in the future. I know there will be. It'll be like a checkup, you know. It's like, yo.
Oh my gosh. James just sits back. The distorted guitar. On what song? Which part? I don't know. Yeah, so we're in a little holding pattern for just a second, everybody.
Purgatory.
On the interwebs. I may have to send a track over to our producer that's mixing the record real quick. That's what I'm waiting on. We're in a permanent holding pattern for just a few minutes. Doug, are you going to the perfect circle Pussifer Primus thing. What's this weekend? Ready for this weekend? I'm always ready for the weekend. What's this weekend? The Distorted Main Guitar Tracks for Dark Order.
I just know a new brewery's open this weekend.
Who's that?
Three Wide Brewing by the
Up by the racetrack.
by the racetrack.
I saw them talk about that. That's right. Let's see here.
So far, I only know of Pouring Glory that has their beer on tap. They have a Pilsner and they have a hazy.
How is it?
I really like the Pilsner. The hazy is okay. It's like a standard
Yeah,
hazy, but I really like the Pilsner.
you do.
It's good.
Up there by the racetrack. It's not part of the race. It's not
Nah,
affiliated with
it's
it.
kind of
I know
like
it's on 156, right?
I don't know if you remember Rabbit Hole,
Mm-hmm.
like how far out it was from. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I miss Rabbit Hole. Rabbit Hole was cool.
it was cool.
Yeah, that was a rad place. Oh, yeah. Yes, Doug. We're ready for F1. I'm ready to start watching all the practice on Thursday, Friday, qualifying. Oh, the race is actually on Saturday this week. Did you know that, Matt?
Do what?
I believe the race, I'm almost 100% sure, is on Saturday this weekend.
Is it not a sprint?
No, not the first race. The year's not going to be sprint.
Why?
That'd be dumb.
Why?
They'd just
It's a
throw
good track
everything
to
on.
do a sprint on.
In Bahrain,
Mm-hmm.
March 2nd, 9 a.m. So maybe it's not. Let's see here. Oh, I want to talk about that. Yeah, Saturday, 9 a.m. It's a Saturday race.
Gabby House is blown up on our TV. She's like, I gotta keep my eye on you.
Oh,
No supervision.
know when to reel you in. Okay, so let's. I guess I'll do it as soon as the show over. I'll send them over. So we're good to go. Let's start the show. Y'all ready?
Let's get it.
So practice 1 is on Thursday. Practice. Oh, we'll talk about this in the show. Let's back this up, and everybody's armed to record, and here we go.
Oh, shit.
Whoa! Why can't you hear it? What's going on?
Yeah, I can't hear it.
Let me turn it up here. I think. Make sure that's good. All right, let's try it again.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
This episode of the
Jay Jones Last Kicker.
Here's
Brought to you by
Geist Note.
and
Victor Wrench.
and Plastic Object.
The Jerry Jonestown Massacre contains graphic material, including offensive language, partial nudity, and completely ridiculous thoughts and
Hello,
opinions
Susie.
that shouldn't be expressed or shared by anyone. Listener discretion is advised.
And now coming at you from the Temple of I, just on the outskirts of where the West begins.
It's the Jerry Jonestown Massacre!
I'm the one for the mothers, they don't do it like this. Like this. Like this. I chug a beer, crush a can, and I do it like this. Like this. I'm the one for them rappers, they don't do it like this. Like this. Like this. I grab a beer, chug a can, and I do it like this. Like this.
Hand carving in the wood again. I'm well suited while you blending in. I crush a can and I drink again. I see you mad, but I like the grin. Grab a girl, take her for a spin. You hear the work that I'm putting in. I brought the pack, hope you bring a friend. You need strength, better look within. I'm going deep like tatted skin. It's real life, yo, it ain't a trend. Still bends when I bring the wind. My gear hot, what you got to spin? Session on the beat, I'm going in. Where we at with it? I'm in the zone when my head tilted. I move slick to the half with it. God wrote it and he transmitted. You play a song and we omit it. All I know is stay committed. I'm the best, though you won't admit it. I shine these words throwing light while the DJ cut his spin it.
I'm the one for the mothers, they don't do it like this.
It is show 564 for Tuesday, February 27th, 2024. Happy Tuesday, Matt.
Happy Tuesday, Dustin.
And happy Tuesday, Joe.
Happy Tuesday, Joe.
Happy Bruise Day.
You got to get up on this.
Bruise
but you can read
Day.
to you.
Happy Bruise Day.
There you go.
Bruise
there you go.
Day.
Bruise Day.
How come we didn't think of that?
Yeah, why didn't we think of that?
Tuesday,
You just
Bruise
beat
Day?
us to this. Damn it. Do you have this? Do you own this? Is it copyrighted, trademarked, all that?
Hey, it's free use.
10 years of trying to think up of creative taglines and marketing lines.
And he just comes in here and knocks it out of the park.
Tuesday,
right away.
Bruise Day.
Tuesday, Bruise Day. Yep. Feel free to move that wherever you need to.
Oh, for
If
sure.
you want to sit back, you can drag it out to you. It'll go way out there,
That
too.
was good.
So, yeah. Tuesday after an exciting Monday, after an exciting week, a crazy weekend.
Yeah, my weekend was pretty chill. I did a lot of resting and recuperating and farting.
I'm going to be honest. I did a whole lot of that, too, because on Wednesday, the day after the show, I decided to break a rib right here, in this section right here, right underneath this
sucks.
titty. I broke it.
Damn.
I'm hurting.
Rib jobs. I said rib. Those suck. I got one as a kid. I cracked some ribs doing some BMXing, going down the wall of death in Rad. And my mom was just
Come
putting
on now.
Neosporin on it.
You
on
rode
it.
the wall of death?
Yes.
Meal spawn.
Where was
And
the
I
wall of
passed
death
out.
at?
Damn.
And it sucks because when your ribs are cracked or you have some bad bruise on your ribs, you can't do anything. You can't sleep. You can't.
Yes.
You can't cry because
No.
it hurts so bad. Because if you cry, it's going to hurt worse. You can't laugh.
When you walked in here, I had hiccups.
Yeah,
And I was
hiccups
about
suck.
to fall on the ground.
Farting sucks.
Everything sucks.
Everything.
And like, I went to Care Now, and they ran some X-rays and everything. We're like, "Oh, you look like fine. Get the hell out of here."
Yeah. Well, that's
so
the
then
thing.
I went to my
whenever,
primary and
yeah.
was like, "Look, this is what's going on." My primary was a little more loving about it, and she's like, "You need to take a week off of work because."
Yeah, because it's one of those nagging injuries.
Nagging
that'll
injuries.
won't get better for 6 months if you don't take care of it.
And all I do is lift stuff and move stuff around.
All I do
the
is
time.
win.
You got me on that one. You win. You win. You just shut it all down with that one.
It is the worst
good.
injury, and I felt for you because you missed a great show at Division Brewery and Growl.
Yeah, I did miss that one.
Okay.
Oh wait, you were there.
Oh yeah, I was there. No, but I can't hold a camera. So everybody was like, "Hey man, you gonna shoot some pictures tonight?" Nope. I can't pick up a camera.
Yeah.
I can barely pick up this
Chill.
wherever my cup is. My little
Your
where's it at?
goblet.
My goblet. I can only pick this up on the left hand. I can't pick
Is
it up
that
on the right hand.
one of those Stanleys? I heard they're in trouble
need a-
now for lead
Need a
poisoning.
rolling tripod.
That's what I need. I need someone to carry my gear around. I need to be high end. That's what the big pros do.
Fact.
Have
Carry my
someone-
gear around, set it up, put it right in front of my eye, and let me snap it.
I've tried to do that for you, but I get distracted.
You know, like DJs, they get
Start walking off.
DJs, people carry their crates.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep. Carry my crate. Carry the coffin. Set my coffin up for me.
Camera
Let's
caddy.
go. Yep. That's what I need.
The caddy.
So if anybody's interested in just holding my camera up for me as I snap the pictures, it does get kind of stupid when you do that, though. It's like, you're not really taking the picture. That guy set everything up for you. You just push the button.
It's a flex, though.
Yeah.
It kind of is.
It's a flex.
It is.
Just sit back at the bar, have everybody set your stuff up, and then go walk up there and
Yeah.
start taking pictures.
Maybe I'll do that at Cicada. Have one of my cameras on a tripod and have a guy carry it around and set it somewhere, and I'll just walk up and go.
What we could do,
That's the one.
I'll wear one of
it.
your cameras, like
Yeah.
one of your badass cameras, and you stand in front, and then you pick which one you like. Come here,
Come here.
and then you take it while it's still attached to me,
I
and
just
look
take
at
it
it,
off
and then
you and I
take the
go.
picture, and then give it back to me, and go, "Be gone." Okay, be gone now.
That'd be awesome.
Go get me a bill.
That needs to be in a documentary of some sort.
Yeah, they should document that.
Totally. So yeah, last night we Joe and I, when I say we, because Matt was way too busy for this because he hates Fort Worth.
I synced it.
I have dog issue. My dog's not feeling good right now.
That's the only excuse you can give for this. Missing out on this.
And I found out about the day of too.
Yeah, I totally forgot about it too.
Yeah.
This was rescheduled from the snow day, but last night was the all hands on deck here, Fort Worth, State of the Union. This is an emergency crisis on the Fort Worth music scene. Let's all get together and hug.
Main
type
topic
meeting.
was stop going to the Jerry Jonestown Massacre podcast show.
Yeah.
We don't want those guys involved in our music scene.
We can trace the downfall of Fort Worth to
right here.
One thing and one thing.
One
only.
date.
But no, there was a lot of talk about COVID, what it's done. There was a lot of talk about, for the most part, it was positive. The whole thing was real positive and had a positive outlook on everything. A lot of people showed up. We were talking about that before the show, how many were there.
That's
and
good.
Right.
That was awesome.
That's a good sign if it was highly attended.
Everybody, everybody in the I don't know, under the music genre. If you're making shirts, if you're making stickers, all the way up to you run a studio, you're recording it to, you're the front man to one of the biggest Fort Worth bands.
That's what
in the last 2 decades.
That's what I always like to see, the people who aren't musicians, but they're still behind the scenes making things work. They still show up. That's
Yeah. The if you have a big turnout like that, it means your community's behind it, and once everybody's on the same page, it kind of makes you feel like that we're gonna try to up our game this concert season, this spring season. It's a good thing to do. I would do it this time of year every year if I was them.
Well, they have a meeting monthly.
Who puts this on?
It's a mixer. Here, Fort Worth has a monthly mixer, and usually it's on Tuesday nights. That's why we don't go. And I've been wanting to reach out to Tom to see if it would be cool if we came out there with the portable gear, just set up, because some of the events are pretty interesting. Like they'll have a manager out there, like the manager from the Flaming Lips showed up to one of them and was talking about when you need a manager. Who else? There was a attorney or a accountant that came out to talk about taxes, what you can and can't write off, to help musicians out. They had a healthcare one for mental health care, and then what was the other one they talked about last night? A record, when you need to.
Yeah, there was one about
approach a record label.
Yeah, approach a record label. There was one about vinyl. There was one guy, he ran a vinyl company. He was talking about vinyl
and printing it out.
And then there's one more.
So is it an open forum? Like people just one at a time came up on the mic and kind of told their spiel?
So
or were there tables set up? Or?
So basically, they get requests for what they should do, as far as like what people want to get more information about, and so that's how these music know-hows came about. But at the same time, they're always in between. They probably do the music know-hows probably like 4 or 5 times a year, but it's mainly like they'll probably like for example, we had this one in February, so it'll probably be like 2 more mixers and then maybe another music know-how. But it's all monthly.
Yeah,
and the mixers are cool because that's where everybody gets together and
Network.
talks. It's like the old days at Broncos when we go up there for Thursday night for the mixers. Everybody gets up there, has some beers, and then we all start booking shows together and talking about doing shows together and stuff. That's kind of what the mixers are. That's what I want us to go out on, is like the mixers and hang out. Because a bunch of people can come over and talk. They can promote stuff.
Exactly.
I think it'll be a good outlet. Last night, though, was more of seating tables. They had food catered. They had beer.
So there's sponsors
water,
too.
wine. Yeah.
Usually when, not to butt in, but usually when they do it at like Printed Threads, there's always food and free alcohol. But if there's like another event, if it's at in an actual establishment, of course you got to buy your own stuff.
Yeah.
But, like, that's why I always love when they have it at Printed Threads. It's like free everything. So
free swag when you walked in. They had a bunch of swag, like you could just snag on and everything. So it's cool.
Yeah.
But it was last night was more of a big deal because like the mayor showed up and she gave a little spiel, which
Betsy Price?
No.
What's our mayor's name again?
Maddie Parker.
Maddie.
Sweet Maddie.
Sweet Maddie that you sexually harassed, right?
Nope. Did not.
Was that me?
No.
In my drinking days?
I don't think either one of us have. I
Okay.
think that was Andrew Turner of the Fort Worth Roots podcast.
It was Jeffrey Lord.
But the she was there. She did bolt early, so she doesn't really care about the Fort Worth music scene. We see how it is. And then Tom from the Here Fort Worth, Tom Martins.
That's the man right there.
Yeah, he's the head of the Fort Worth, the Here Fort Worth. What do you call it? Music something? I took a picture of what his actual title is. The Associate Vice President of Creative and the Director of the Fort Worth Music Office.
And of course, he works for Visit Fort Worth as well.
Yeah.
Two hats.
And then down from Austin, they had Brendan Anthony, who used to be the fiddle player for. Was he fiddle player?
Yeah. I forgot what band though.
Man,
Fiddle player, huh?
Is it fiddle or slide guitar? I got all confused. Now I'm confused on who it was.
Merle
Is
Haggard.
Susie in the room? She in there? But he was for Pat Green. He played with Pat Green. But he's the director of the Texas Music Office down in Austin, who, they kind of take care of legal things here in the state of Texas. And I don't know, it was a great meeting there. We got the audio up. It's on the podcast. Released it earlier today. You can go listen to it. Recorded the whole thing. Most of the questions until they just started falling off and needed to bolt. But it was, it's up there. You can listen to it. I thought it was a good meeting. There's a couple of things, that there's one thing that bothered me, which I got into a little skirmish with our friend Johnny Gavea. Not really a skirmish. We were just a discussion on Facebook. Just talking about how there was a lot of talk about the corporate venues that are in this town and how much, there's a bunch of pride behind Tannehill's and Dickies and Will Rogers, and those are all backed by Tim Love and Live Nation. And it kind of sucks that nothing was said about, the smaller clubs, the little clubs where people get started and get things going. And that kind of was weird to me, kind of sat weird. And then the other thing was all this talk about all these festivals, like Fort Worth takes part in all these festivals across the country, in Nashville, and of course they're going to have a South by Southwest down in Austin. They're going to have their own showcase down there. But going to these the folk festivals and the different mountain music festival or whatever. I forgot what they're all called, but there was 6 or 7 of them. But there's no talk about Fort Worth festivals for our locals to play at, to show themselves off to a bigger audience. We have Friday on the Green, which is great, but that isn't put together.
That's about to be something. Well, they're about to put that on hold.
They are about to put that on hold.
But they got something different coming.
Yeah. Can't talk about it yet, but did get the scoop on that. And then, but other than that, we have a few national festivals that roll through here, but locals aren't on those national festivals. And there was kind of a talk about that, which, in my opinion, we'll talk about the Ooby Dooby Festival or whatever you call it.
Ubby Dubby.
Ubby Dubby.
Whatever
it is. We'll talk about it. And Punk and Drublic. You have to apply. You have to get a permit and apply to use Panther Island. Panther Island is part of the city. Well, I think one of the things that needs to be a contingency of using one of those facilities is you can do it, but you got to bring 2, 3, 4 of our local bands on your bill to open the show up, side stage, whatever. You got to figure it out. But if you want to use this facility and you want to use our place, bring in 2 bands that'll fit in your genre. So like Punk and Drublic with no effects and all that, bring in a couple punk bands. Could do that.
Okay, I hear that.
Though the thing is though, what's going to keep a power hungry festival organizer in to say, well, fuck it, I'll just go to Denton, or fuck it, I'll just go to Dallas.
Yeah, same.
At that point.
Well, that's one of the things, but good luck finding facilities these days. I mean, we know for a fact, we've talked about on the show, that finding open dates at facilities in North Texas is getting really difficult because everything is stacked up.
I've
And
always
these-
wanted to that theory. I've always liked about having local support on big shows, especially if you could get two nationals and 2 locals. Man, that's picture perfect music scene right there. The problem is once Miss Osborne started charging people to play Ozfest and capitalizing on local talent, that's when kind of things went to shit, I think, in regards to how locals were treated when genres of a certain style would come in and there'd be locals that were playing the same style.
But look at what Metallica did during their takeover weekend.
Well, that's the thing is that right now is the perfect time to bring up what you brought up, because music is hurting right now, and the big bands, the big national acts, it's a hard road right now to make money. So they're looking for creative ways to make things work, like at Panther Island, and there you go. There's your angle. Let's come together. It's just like you said. You got to come to an agreement, because that's the first thing they're going to say. When when they come to you and say, "Hey, I want to bring Blink-182 and a bunch of other a few other punk bands and stuff, and we want to use Panther Island," and then Representative Dustin Schneider says, "Well, here's the deal.
Here's the deal. I'm going to give you 2 bands. We're going to take the Thyroids and the Dangits. They're going to play this festival with you,
and that's
our locals."
And the first thing that they would say is what I said. And
okay, go find a place in Denton right now that's available.
Yeah.
I mean, if it comes down to just having 1 band, but 2 bands isn't bad on an all-day bill.
No,
with something like that, especially
should be more, especially if you want to make sure that you get the turnout and you get the ticket sales, because it's the
So What does a great job of it. They mix in locals over there with the So What festival.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it can, that's the thing. It can be done. What you're saying.
But Third String always looks out for people around here too. That's one of the great things about Third String, is they do a good job putting together these festivals and making sure that local talent is showcased.
Yeah.
On there. I don't know. It's just an idea. The other thing that came up was they were talking about the insurance and everything, and Canada Universal and how Canada takes care of things with their artists. And I was like, well,
it's true.
There used to be an old rule called CanCon. There was an old agreement that the radio stations up there would dedicate 30% of their airtime. So 30% an hour had to be only Canadian bands. So why can't Texas?
Are they like English radio? Do they have? Is it government controlled in Canada?
Not 100% sure.
Not yet.
I'm not 100% sure. But how about this idea? This is just something to
It will
throw
be.
out. And I would send this down to Brendan. Is like, how about this? Texas radio stations. You want to have a license here in the state of Texas? Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a Texas con where 20% of your hour has to be Texas bands. There's enough Texas bands in every genre to be played every hour.
It's a crazy amount of music out here.
Yeah.
There's no way that would fly.
There's no Clear Channel would freak out,
No,
but it's a great idea.
But the thing is that everything's in flux right now, so who knows, man?
Yeah.
There's the dust has not settled on the music on a national and local level. There's still a bunch of, it's just like you mentioned, that people are still trying to get back from COVID, and there's other issues now with AI. There's issues with streaming. There's issues with everything, and we're kind of a part of I think, music industry reformation, if you will, for lack of a better term, I guess.
This weekend we have the Fort Worth Music Conference is happening in the Stockyards, and this is the one it's very Tim Love and his little buddies put together, and it was supposed to help showcase Fort Worth as a music mecca. And when you look at the lineups, a lot of people, the last 2 years they've had it, everybody's like, who the hell are these people? Like 2 or 3 names on the entire weekend list, and none of them are local.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Is there any hip hop on there?
They're not looking for it.
No,
they're not.
For what, the Tannehills? Which
it's
venue
down
you
there?
talking
It's
about?
all. It's the Fort Worth Music Conference takes over the Stockyards.
Yeah,
They
it's
do
still-
that every-
yeah, it's still,
every
it's,
year.
It's still on that. I mean, I don't blame them. It's still, Cowtown. Still.
Are they at least locals?
And
No, there's very
See,
few
that's
locals
the-
on
that-
there.
well,
That's
that-
what
it's
sucks.
few. You have a-
There's a few,
Here's-
but not
here's-
that many.
Here's the thing. I don't know anything about Mr. Love. I've never met the man, but I can tell you he doesn't know shit about our local music scene, Fort Worth or Dallas, compared to guys like us, because you can tell by that type of stupid business decision.
I don't
gonna
go in and
represent
tell
help-
him how to cook a steak.
Right, exactly. That's the thing, though. That it's just like, remember when you had that writer that you got into it with a few years ago that was went hard on something. I think it had to do with Dallas, and we found out that the guy was from like fucking Chicago or something, and hadn't even been here 6 months, and wrote this critical review.
Yeah.
Of Deep Ellum and all that.
Yeah.
And we were like, you dude, what? You can't just come in here. You can't just wake up, even if you're from Texas. You can't just wake up and be like, oh, I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm just going to start helping out the local music community and be successful and write all the time, unless you're listening to your community and the people that are a part of it. If you go in thinking, well, I like Brooks and Dunn, and I like Five Finger Death Punch and Creed. I know how to fix the DFW music scene. Here's what I'm going to do. You're always going to fail, man. That's always going to fail.
Well, and it's
you can't just throw money at a local music scene. That's not the answer.
No, and you can't just get, I don't know, a bunch of, I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to do over there.
Yeah.
It confuses me.
It's funny when people ask me about if I've hung out with him. I don't even know the guy. So
yeah,
I might have not. I've never seen him at a rock show. No one's ever said, hey, look. And if you were part of the scene, I guarantee you I would have seen you at some point at some show.
I've seen him at every Tannehill show I've shot.
Well,
he comes out,
yeah,
but that's his venue and has his bar. But that's the only place I've seen him.
Are they having JOE?
Have you done Tannehills? They do have an open mic there that's weird.
I'm not.
on weird nights.
I'm not an open mic guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, open mics are weird.
I just evolved past that.
Mm-hmm.
I had that phase, and then now I feel a little bit more established. It's I don't have the itch for it.
The thing I do get with all this is that Fort Worth, visit Fort Worth, is working on tourism. So that's what they want.
Yeah, of
they
course.
want to get the tourist dollars in here.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get these festivals that have somewhat big names on them that aren't from here
Mm-hmm.
in order to get, tourist money in here. But at the same time, we're at a thing talking about local music, and the only thing you focus on are these high dollar venues that are either Live Nation owned or backed or Tim Love backed, and you're not giving any attention to the Little Man, the Cicadas, the Tulips, the Haltom Theaters, the places that are still open, Magnolia Motor Lounge, where people get started. All of us had to start somewhere. We all had to start at some shit-ass venue in front of 10 people, but you got to get started somehow.
Right.
Before you can go on and play these places. And
See,
it's
that's
cool.
what I'm talking about with my Tim Love point is those type of people don't understand that.
No.
Because they've never done that.
And he has no idea who Joe is. He has no idea who The Spectacle is. He has no idea who fucking Mean Motor Scooter is. He has no clue. He's out of touch of stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying. It's almost like if you want me to take you serious about reinventing and reinvigorating a music scene in DFW, you better have been around in the 1-ton days at least. That's why it's cool that Todd was there.
Yeah.
Vaden.
Vaden.
Vaden. I'm sorry.
You got to call him by his
Sorry about it. That's
call him by his Christian name.
Sorry, Vaden. That's one thing that's cool about him showing up because he was a part of that, and he knows a lot about what happened. And that was when we were. Remember, there was a time they were saying we were going to be the next Seattle here, and there was a lot of bands going back and forth from these badass scenes in L.A., Seattle, Chicago, and they had bands here. It was a really cool scene back then.
Yeah, it was really, really good. And one of the falls of it were the collapse of the record labels when they started eating each other up. When everybody started buying up all the minor labels, not the indie labels, but the mid-level labels, and then 9/11.
Yeah,
because that was the day Flicker
I also
Stick was
think
supposed to go.
I also think
their
Dime,
A&R show.
I think when Dime got killed too, that metal, specifically metal, I should say, went through a depression that we're still trying to get out of. And you remember when every single freaking band was trying to sound like and emulate Dime,
And
but not
everybody wore
Dime,
their-
not Dime when he was in Pantera. It was like they were sounding like Damage Plan and just this
Yeah.
everything. Like it was garbage and it all happened right after he got shot. He got killed. That's when I think I'm gonna write a book someday about the DFW music scene. This will be the dark period of metal because you and I, when we first started, I was once eating the whole time. I'm like, man, these metal bands. It's like
everybody had a guitarist that was
Right.
a Dime emulator.
We had to go to Denton and see Shaolin Death Squad or anything that was refreshingly like metal.
Any of the
up
Denton
there.
bands, yeah.
Right. It's because everything in Fort Worth at the time and a lot of Dallas was all wannabe depression music because Dime's not around anymore, and it drove me nuts.
I get it. I totally get it. That he's a huge influence on a bunch of us.
It was
that
just
were all
part
his
of our
age.
city's
It was-
mourning, I think, the community's
Yeah.
mourning of what happened.
Then you had a few that were like, "I'm the next Dime," and you're like, "Shut the fuck up!" and go.
Yeah, they're still around too.
Yeah, there's
like
still-
there's several.
I think I play with one in my band.
You definitely do.
No, it was.
I keep
don't
waiting on Dave to do his beard as such.
The other thing was the metal's never even talked about, and that's one of the things that I've been on this show bitching about. And if here Fort Worth needs a representative of metal, or if Amplify 817 needs representatives of metal, we're here. We're available. We'll come in and we'll do metal consulting for you, because
Metal consulting.
I don't think any of these those groups realize the massive metal bands that have come out of here they're on the verge of being reincarnated from out of here, but that have,
Yeah.
you've got, I don't know, they're all high and mighty on certain individuals from the city, and I'm like, do you realize that there's also a metal band here that played 6 months straight all the European festivals in front of 60 to 80,000 people every night?
No.
And you don't even know who they are.
Right.
Like, it's just weird. Like,
I know, it is.
It's
It's crazy. The thing that's funny is how many people didn't even know that Power Trip was from here up until like freaking
until Riley died.
Right around
Really?
that time. Yeah, it was.
A lot of people thought
it's-
they were from Austin.
I didn't know
or Denton.
Or yeah.
I mean
fuck
Denton
with
and
Power
Boston,
Trip.
but anyway,
Yeah.
it's funny how as far as getting together in award shows and things like that, metal always gets kicked. So does hip hop. Hip hop, metal, and comedians. They all get kicked in the nuts by these type of
Funny you
things.
bring up comedians, because that was another bitch last night at Cicada afterwards. Was the
People are
Cicada
sick of
thing.
comedians.
No, just
or
how they're not.
There's no places to.
It's tough.
They're not talked about with
It's-
this.
But it's tough out here.
It is, yeah.
It's tough. Like,
That's why metal and hip hop need to team up again and do another Bring the Noise.
Yeah.
And
If that'll help, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I love rap metal too, so it doesn't matter to me.
What's the best rap metal song?
It's that Faith No More Booyah Tribe was pretty good.
Over
but
Bring the Noise?
I just like Mike Patton.
Not Walk This
But
Way. Or,
it has to be Bring the Noise for metalheads.
I always thought most like Slipknot songs were like rap.
Yeah,
They kind of are.
yeah, just screaming. Yeah, yeah. There's a new band that I heard this week. Have you heard Cultus Black? Have you guys heard? Have you heard them? They, to me, check them out. They sound like the new Slipknot, and everybody's on them. Like, oh yeah, yeah.
Cultus
But their
Black?
look is cool. Like if you look at them live,
they're masked up too.
Yeah, they do like the whole blank face mask instead of the crazy mask.
You just went on like a month-long tirade.
This is different.
Against
this is different.
Team whoever, what were they called?
No, it was Sleep Token.
Sleep Token.
No, this
and
is no
face
Sleep
paint
Token
and everything.
This is more. You'll see what I'm saying. It's a different band than Sleep Token.
Okay.
It's
Cultist Black.
Yeah.
Black.
Let's see what they look like here. Let's see there. Oh, they're just in robes.
Yeah.
Like they're monks or they're druids.
Well,
or
they
whatever.
sound. Well, I was talking more about the sound, but yeah, they have a crazy look too. But it's not that Slipknot Halloween mask looking stuff.
Right.
But their sound, if you listen to them, you're like, oh yeah, this is Slipknot influenced.
Oh, wait a second. Now we look at this. Ooh.
Same stuff though. Aggressive rapping is what it sounds like.
So they're
awesome.
supporting. They're coming through town. Or no, they're not. Never mind. Because they are supporting Combi Christ, and I would go there for that. Combi Christ is great. But
you might check them out.
Okay.
It might be up your alley, Dustin.
Cultist Black.
You might check them out too. Yeah, Cultist Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks pretty.
I mean, I fuck with Slipknot, so I'll check them out.
If you're into Slipknot, you'll probably dig them. Because that's what it reminded me of, except a little bit more like.
They'll be here March 11th at Cheap Steaks.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I'll go over there. It's in Elm. I'll go deal with it though. I'll go check it out. If no one shoots up the front of it.
Are they from here?
Yeah, I used to have.
They're not from here, are they?
That'd be another band that Visit Fort Worth missed out on.
Did they talk about strip clubs? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Where's the support for strip clubs and struggling moms? I think they're doing okay. They're doing okay.
We have an employer we could hook you up with if you're not. So you just got to be willing to transfer to Austin.
And then some of the people who got the mic, they're just like, put me on, put me on, put me on.
Which was funny. Was really funny.
That's good.
That was pretty good. Did you walk away from there with anything?
I mean, the healthcare thing was dope. Yeah.
Yeah, working out the healthcare.
I mean, I got healthcare through my employer, but yeah, for artists who need healthcare, that's big. That's big.
That is a big thing.
That's big.
Especially this day and age when everything costs an arm and a leg. But that's pretty cool.
Can I speak in code real quick?
Sure.
And then
Unity, Texas.
We'll leave it real
from
brief.
Russo.
But a lot of what you mentioned was at this thing. Sounds like an idea that you and I were a part of that was really cool. Like we were talking about uprooting and not even staying here. Yeah, we can't.
Things we had to sign NDAs on.
Yeah, and man,
that was brought to that was brought before the city of Fort Worth, and they said,
"No thanks,
no thank you." Which is kind of weird. Like this would have fixed a lot of things.
There was a lot behind. I'm sure there was a lot more behind it. It had to do with the real estate part of it, I think. More.
Yeah, that too. But
oh yeah.
But did you not think that while you were at that meeting? Well, I've
not really. When they started talking about the insurance stuff, and I was like, oh, I've been in meetings for this.
Yeah.
I've been in talks about this. I know what this is all about.
And the attorney too. Like the attorney and the guys coming in on the production side too, and giving a tidbit about things to do and how to do it, and set it up.
I thought the idea that Vincent came up with, Vincent Neil Emerson a few years ago came up with an idea. Told Tom that what they need to do is buy a van and a trailer that the city here in Fort Worth owns, and that musicians can check out like they check out a library book, and they can use it to go on the road with. I was like, that's a genius idea.
Yeah, rent a van and a trailer with a library card.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool, but man, the liability.
The insurance is a little bit of an issue, but I was like, the concept's great.
But they did come up with the travel grant.
You'd have a JOE Jerry Jonestown Massacre tour that's about to go.
You got to at least perform at 3 cities outside of Texas.
Oh, is this gonna happen?
No, it's a thing. It's legit.
Oh, I thought this was an idea that they tossed up.
You got to at least be going to touring 3 spots outside of Texas, and they'll give you a $500 grant.
for the trailer stuff.
To help with gas and lodging
And
all that stuff. And
on
you
top
get
of that, $150 credit at Printed Threads.
It's a $500
for
grant.
merchandise.
Yeah, it's a grant.
And
Travel
then-
grant.
Man,
So if you
get
if
you
you can
Denton.
show, yeah,
they get you to Denton.
out of tech, yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be out of Texas, though.
You'd be screwed. You couldn't even get out of Texas with $500
I
in a
mean-
band and a.
I
and
mean,
all
I
that.
don't have 5 band members to go.
Sure.
Yeah,
with
there
me.
we
Yeah, sure. It's all profit for you.
Well, let's see.
Probably take a Spirit flight out there.
I was gonna say the cheapest
Pocket
flights
the
from
money.
here are Denver, Las Vegas, and what? New Orleans. Those are the cheapest flights out of state. So there
Yeah.
you go. There's your 3 states.
Yep.
Go pop off on.
Yeah. Podcast rap extravaganza. We got it.
Let's
flight,
go.
do it,
a
man.
flight, a hotel, and a dinner somewhere.
There you go.
That's not
Shoot.
bad. And $150.
Yeah, maybe $20 left off.
Imagine if they did it with a card, like a debit card or something. All these charges that would show up on these cards.
They
for
give you
yellow,
What is it?
the yellow rose, and
a Visa Vanilla card.
Vinny's
and you get there
Liquor.
and it doesn't work.
A rush card.
yeah.
Oh man.
I'm sure you have to show your receipts, right?
Oh, of course.
Probably here.
But then
Here's my
again,
receipts.
as an artist, as a small business,
Hey,
like,
you gotta
can-
entertain.
You can write some stuff off.
You can. Yep. Do you do your own taxes? Do you
Yeah.
do musician taxes and all that? Write stuff off? I mean, where the IRS ain't listen to this.
Not that we know. I am
would.
about to start all that,
would.
and it's a mess. Like I haven't even got my LLC yet, and just like the way I've got to set everything up, I've already got tired head and like looking for someone to just do it for me.
When I did mine this year, I was like, God, this is so tiring.
Yeah, you've been doing it a while though.
Yeah, all the photo gear and
1099s
everything and all that. I'm like, just
paying
like,
yourself.
this is such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Just going through all this because it takes me about 4 hours to get ready to then spend the 2 hours to do my taxes. Because I go through everything and make sure all the spreadsheets are right.
Not
and
me, man. I
charts
just
and
drop
stuff.
off the file and say, "Give me a call if you got questions."
Yeah.
And usually my phone rings on the way home.
They get my W-2.
Yeah.
They get something.
Yeah, that what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought, man. I forgot what it was.
It's one of those things. Like if I ever get audited for what I do,
I think we've been audited, just not for tax purposes.
no, we've been audited for another reason. But if I got audited for taxes, I would probably end up making more money because I don't put enough into it. Like I don't go like, well, this is the space I work in, and this is
Right.
I use my cell phone this much, and I do this and that. And so they'd be like, well, shit, we thought we caught you, but now
Yeah.
we're gonna have to give you more.
It's so sick the way our country's set up that they would even look into guys like us instead of guys like Trump and all these politicians and stuff that are. It's so funny. It's like you got this little area of civilization in the United States right now that's just getting fucked, and it's called the middle class. We're just all taking it in the rear, and it's like how dare you talk about? Remember when they were all saying they were going to hire like 83,000 new IRS agents? Like last year, that was one of the big talking points. And to think that those were hired for people like us rather than where the real freaking crime is going on, and that's in like white collar America and our politicians, and that they have the nerve to send some guys like us away for tax problems, but they'll let the CEOs of Colgate or someone just do whatever the fuck they want, or these Silicon Valley companies just tremendously illegal shit and just be like, okay, we're gonna drop all the charges on them, but we're gonna prosecute you trying to provide for your family. It's amazing how ass backwards this
Everything
country is
is.
right now in regards to taxes and stuff.
It's 100% ridiculous. But
Tea Party 2.
That's why
Electric Boogaloo.
That's why we're in the 99%, not in the 1%. Whatever. all that's about. Wow.
What happened?
Spectacle mixes are rolling down.
Oh, he's sending them over?
It's done.
Nice.
And there's
awesome.
one song that needs some work that I've got to send some stuff over that's missing, but them mixes are coming in live right now. Y'all want to hear them?
Nick, that's genius. Colgate. gate. That's
You need like
genius.
some,
Cool.
you need like
Colgate
some
gate.
DJ drops. Pew, 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 pew.
Pew, 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 pew. What's that guy? I was just listening to 60 songs that explain the 90s, and it's the guy on Hot 97 in New York City. It's not Grandmaster Flash.
Ebro?
It's the other one. He sounds like Grandmaster Flash. His name.
Oh,
but
fucking
what's his name?
Uh,
He's huge.
Funk Flex.
Yeah, Funk Flex. Yeah, and the way he does, you're not gonna believe it.
Yep.
But I've got it. Me.
Hit it with a flex bomb.
Yeah, here's a flex bomb.
We were gonna do that.
He's great. He's freaking hilarious.
Remember when we saw that kid on his kill streaks?
Yeah. Yeah, there was a kid playing
Disco Euro
Call
Disco
of Duty.
and had fireworks and
and
stuff.
Oh, that's hard.
He had his what do you
Twitch
call that?
stream,
Yeah,
I
his
think,
Twitch
was-
stream, and in the corner was his room. And every time he'd kill someone, he'd set off sparklers behind
Oh,
him.
that's
and
Looked like a
lights
sick.
full
going nuts.
little rave going on in
Yeah.
this kid's
Yeah, that's
living
sick until his
bedroom.
fucking room catches on
Well,
fire.
it was the cold fire sparklers, the ones
Oh,
you can,
gotcha.
where you can put your hand right over it. But it was funny. He'd like kill someone, and flames would shoot out, and all the smoke and everything.
That's
He said,
hard.
"Yeah,
The,
yeah."
the horn.
Oh yeah, he getting them.
That's the
streamers.
cocaine
That
horn.
guy's funny.
Apparently, them streamers, man, they get some money.
Oh yeah.
They get some money.
They
It's
do.
funny.
They don't
You-
need any help from here, Fort Worth.
There's a lot of people that say that's going to fall out from underneath them, that they're used to making all this money and
Yeah.
this, but I don't
not
see
holding
how is
it.
how is it not how is it going to stop? I don't see this trend going away. I mean, Gen Z, there's industries that have completely switched the way they do things. Real estate, it's all about, you're almost like halfway an influencer now. Like half your job is almost doing influencing stuff.
Well, what about that
Like-
house I sent you guys?
Right, exactly. Stuff like that.
The realtor flies in on an airplane
Yeah.
to land in Lake Travis. It's a water plane and pulls up to the house and like, here's this $13 million mansion.
Yeah.
And
It's
blah,
like
blah.
the
Walks
best
through it. You're like,
right now. Most of the
I mean, if they sold it, they sold that.
yeah,
motherfucker.
most of the realtors right now, the badass ones that are closing the most deals, are just as much influencers as they are good salespeople and negotiators.
I can't wait.
Crazy.
If they
for
can get a
influencer
rapper to,
Matt.
I'm trying. That's why. Hey, that's why I talked to you about the CGI and stuff. Is I'm trying to get out there a little bit on the YouTubes, but it's just it's a work in progress.
oh yeah, it's a hustle, man.
It is.
It's a guaranteed hustle. Like especially from my side, being creative and coming up with niches and stuff like that. It's just
Yeah.
And the only thing that really makes me sick is when people are trying to skip steps. It's like,
Yeah.
yo,
And there's a lot of that too. There's a lot of people that, well, I'm a good influencer. Why am I not doing good in real estate? Well, you got to do both. And that's the chemistry right now. Is you got to do both. You got to be good at what you're doing and what you're selling, but you also got to be, and you got to work hard really hard in that. And you also have to work on being an influencer. It's weird. Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed. Do you stream YouTube? Any one of y'all have YouTube TV or anything for
Not for
watching
regular
sports
TV,
stories and stuff? That's
no.
what I watch my F1 with. So.
I have YouTube Premium though. I hate commercials.
Oh, really? So, okay, never. Well, I have
shoot
YouTube
you.
Live, and it's funny because commercials, like, I'm not used to commercials because I would always either pause the commercials back in the old days and speed it through it, or I was always watching behind anyway or something. I could just zap through it.
Mhm.
Well, there's commercials again in YouTube TV. And even the commercials, the way they're shooting things, the way they're it's almost like they might even be using a phone, but it's almost like you're looking at a TikTok post more than you are a commercial spot that's being played.
So it's like the TikTok ads as you're scrolling through, and then someone's just
Or
throws a
or
weird
just
ad
think
in there.
about how many times you've seen corporate corporate brands and branding and marketing campaigns on TikTok or Instagram, and you're like sitting there flipping through and you think it's some kind of cool content, but it's just a fucking Ford commercial, There's Gen Z has changed the way marketing is done completely. even from the millennials. I think
It's kind of awesome.
it is. It is. There is some.
What
There
was
is
it,
some
Vine?
upside.
Started
Definitely.
with Vine?
Yeah.
Started with Vine.
7 seconds.
7 seconds.
7 seconds.
There's great upside to it, but there's some downside too. Just like all the new trends in different industries and stuff. But I don't know. I don't know if the influencer thing's going to go away. If I was selling anything, I would be
no, it's
investing education and blood, sweat, and tears just as much in my influencing stuff as I would my.
It's time
business.
consuming though.
It is.
Yeah.
You got to have a team.
Well,
to
that's
do
the
that
thing.
for
Now they
you.
have those. You can get those personal assistants, those virtual assistants from
Fiverr.
Yeah.
Get you some
like
Fiverr
right.
assistants.
And they're all you got to fight through it because you got to teach them. This is what I want on my post, and a lot of things get jumbled up in translation. But I know some guys that are working with some people in India that he pays them like $6 an hour, which is so sad. And he says they're legit. Like he never has mistake. He said it at first.
Digital
like the first
sweatshop.
month. It is. That's what it is.
A digital sweatshop.
Yeah.
Which is the name of my new
But it's-
record.
But if you need a personal assistant at some stuff, and you can't afford one yet, those virtual assistants are awesome.
When I got out of wedding photography, that was the trend that everybody was going to was shoot the wedding, send all your stuff off, to someone else to edit, and they cull everything.
Yeah.
They go through everything, find all the good shots, edit them to your style because you've already set up a style with them. They edit everything to your style and send them back. And I was like, that just doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel personal to me. But
you lose some creative.
When you're shooting as many weddings as we were,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
It
Of
makes
course.
sense.
Yeah.
But because, there were a few weekends of the year where we had one every day, all 3, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And if you turn that around and the next weekend you have another 2, you don't have time to cull everything and go through. You're up all sorts of hours and everything. And it made sense. I was like, that's kind of cool.
Unless that's all
But I'm
you
out
do.
of here because I'm burnt out.
Unless that's all you do, type shit.
Yeah.
Most other people
Man,
have
weddings
3
are
other
tough,
jobs.
man. No matter what you're doing, if you're doing wedding singing, you're doing photography, man. There's just so many emotions in those things,
Oh,
and
yeah,
you're
for sure.
like, someone's yelling at you all the time. And you're like, calm down. Just like we were talking about a while ago before the show started. about
Relax.
How
Calm
everybody
down.
relax.
You can't say relax, but you just
can't.
Let's take a deep breath. And everybody, we
Let's
got
go-
a
let's
little
go-
bit of time.
Let's go have a
Everything's
little
relaxed.
mimosa or whatever the bridesmaids are having real quick, and then
Let's
let's
talk about this.
calm down.
Never say relax. Never
No,
say
that's-
calm down.
Or saying if you say hey relax to a female, you might as well just call her a cunt. Honestly,
Damn.
this day and age,
Yeah.
don't ever
okay.
pull out the hey guys,
Relax.
guys in the chat room. If you're single and you're dating and or you're just gotten a new relationship and everything's fine,
This is your post Valentine's Day.
wipe relax out of your
Oh, you're-
vocabulary. Everything will work out better.
Don't say relax.
Don't say relax.
Unless
Don't say you're
it's
being
like,
emotional about this either.
Hey, darling, come here. Let's relax.
Right,
You can
right,
use it
right.
then, but just don't
Let's
use it as a
relax. Hey, just
someone's
relax
being
a
talked
little.
to, and you go relax.
Yeah, they
Let's
don't.
do no.
If there's any tone of like you're patronizing them at all, you're done.
Blame it on yourself. Say, let me think about this for a few minutes. Let me think about. Let me get a plan going.
Let me think about the dumb shit you just said.
Let me think about how you could have fixed this problem, and now you're putting it on me.
You remember? Do you
We're
remember,
terrible with relationship advice.
Well, look at it. Look at our back. Like our resume is not great. So, do you remember Gary, our old buddy?
Uh-huh.
He used to do something to his ex-wife that would make me laugh every time, and he could always tell. I guess he had heard her tell enough stories where he had the balls to say she would start a story, and he would look at her and he'd be like, "Can I just stop you real quick? Because I feel like you're about to say some dumb shit." That's how he would.
Damn.
And every time he'd do that, I would just I couldn't help it. It was just so funny.
I think you're about to say
Hey,
some
hey,
dumb
hey,
shit.
hey, hang on. I really think you're about to say some dumb shit. So let's just can you skip over that part and get to the next part of the conversation you're trying to have?
And what'd she do?
She'd fucking like get pissed and
Yeah.
start. You know how they were.
Yeah, that's true.
It turned into her trying to mug down everybody and have them look at her. Remember when she would get the beers from my fridge and she'd bend over like a. Never mind.
Yeah, let's stop.
Too much information now.
TMI.
Push the button.
TMI. We're gonna have an army of ladies chasing us down.
No wonder she.
Oh, RoboTuner's just going hard in the chat room.
I don't know what you're talking about, RoboTuner.
He's going hard.
You know, that's not my relationship. So I don't. I try not to say things, RoboTuner.
So we go from the good talk last night, the fantastic evening we had at Printed Threads, and the good talk about the Fort Worth music scene and the positivity, to the post last show being this Thursday.
Yeah. Oh, snaps. I knew something was happening Thursday. I forgot.
They're shutting it down.
Well, they have a good line. I mean, Arenda Light, that's a good one to go out on. So that'll be good.
Arenda Light.
The gray.
The gray.
I like the gray.
We need to get the gray in here.
And Arenda Light.
And Arenda Light. Yeah, you're right.
You might need some permission slips.
Yeah, we gotta lock up the. We gotta put the old master lock on the beer fridge.
No, we need it to get cleared out, man. It's time for us to.
I don't want to go to jail. They're a little young.
Oh, you're talking about the gray?
The gray.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, Arenda Light, they can drink our beer. We don't care.
But the last show is this Thursday night at the Post.
Yeah.
It's gonna. That venue's great. It's so pretty. It's so neat inside.
I feel like it's still gonna be a music venue afterwards.
I hope so.
I don't know what else you would really use it for.
I don't know what else you could use it for either. The layout, unless you come in and just gut the whole thing and turn it into some Mexican restaurant or something. That's what that patio would be cool for.
Yeah.
It's a nice Mexican restaurant, but I don't know what else you'd do for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can say just a restaurant because, well, they'll still have to have music because they're gonna want music.
Yeah, that stage is rad.
It'll still be utilized.
I hope so, but yeah, it sucks. But I mean, there's more on the horizon for that.
Yeah, I mean, Race Street in general, man.
That was a wet fart for the city of Fort Worth, I think.
Race Street.
Yeah, all this
It had
talk
some
and all
momentum
this
for a
going
while.
had the huge momentum, and then just, we'll forget about it.
That's kind of how things
We're not
happen
gonna help it.
sometimes when you
We
run
gotta
into
go-
a pandemic.
Or we got to go build Dickies.
Or have to go build Dickies, something for the basses.
So we'll just forget about it. So
what you do is get the basses in one of those bike clubs that hang out over there, and then you'll get your funding. Right?
What, a bass and a motorcycle club?
and hanging out on Race Street, and then you get your funding.
Can you imagine seeing Sid Bass and leather and
Sid
on a
Bass.
big bike?
That should be a punk band name. Sid Bass.
I think he killed Nancy, right?
Allegedly. Yes.
Allegedly. Yeah. Yeah, so, I don't know. We had a good show on Friday.
Yeah.
At Growlin Division.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
You came out. You showed up.
Yeah. Well,
you come
I
to
have
shows
to
when they're
it's-
like a mile from your house.
Yeah.
it's
Those are the
pretty
easy
nice.
ones.
Yeah.
It's man, those guys were tight.
The Dangits.
The Dangits and the Methinks
The
both. But the
Methinks.
Dangits, yeah, good gosh.
The,
Like every time I've seen them, they've been tight like that. It's what I was saying after they got done playing. It's the Methinks too, man. They sounded great. That venue is really cool. Like I'm proud to have that as a part of Arlington, and the fact that they try hard to bring national acts and local acts on almost all their shows. They're always trying to get that thing
you
filled
had
with
4 locals opening for a
one
national.
national. Yeah,
And that was
and everybody had a good time. It was a good vibe.
There's another place no
How
one
did
talks
they
about.
get away with being that loud?
Because there's nothing around there.
True, it's all commercial.
Yeah.
But man, they had to hear that in Grand Prairie.
They had to have. It was so loud. They were trying to beat out the motocross at AT&T Stadium.
Yeah, did you see that video? That one cat that freaking
Went off the
oh
track?
my gosh, dude!
Did you see that? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it looked like a normal just kind of screw up. He went over one of them little dippity doos or whatever, and then he just goes flying out like 12
I used to
yards.
watch motocross like crazy when
This was a
X
gnarly.
Games
This
type
was a
shit.
gnarly bust. Like
I used to watch it when I was waiting for the skating to happen.
I stopped watching after Travis did the double backflip. I said, man, this is crazy.
That one cat just died recently trying to do the quadruple backflip now.
Look at this.
Oh, shit.
Like, he didn't hit any soft dirt. He went straight concrete when he came off.
He flew farther than it looks, too, in that video. I bet you that was, 20 feet?
No, I saw the side view. He flew.
That guy flew.
Yeah. I bet his hip hurt. I bet his back hurt.
They put him in a neck brace. I don't understand why they didn't throw him on a stretcher. They walked him over to the ambulance.
Yeah, man. You remember when you used to shoot cool shit like that?
What, the
Gravedigger and stuff. And
I just wonder how you
go see
let go. Was he tired? Was he?
Yeah.
He
was just suicidal all of a sudden. He's like, that's
well,
it.
If
I've
you
had
watch,
it.
There's a longer video I watched, and if you watch, his rhythm gets off, and like the bike, when it comes down and lands, it's like he high centered, and it caused the bike to bounce and shoot him off the course. It's crazy.
Man,
my old boss used to do that. That I had years and years and years ago, and he could barely walk. Like his knees were gone. He was a big motocross rider, had a bunch of hardware to show that he did it, won a bunch of stuff, but his elbows were gone, but his arms worked pretty good. But there were days he couldn't get out of his chair at the office, and he would just sit there.
Damn.
I imagine
watching him get up and down was like so painful.
That's kind of how I'm getting, man. It's like just from doing the stupid stuff I did with skateboarding and riding, crazy bikes and stuff. It's like all of a sudden, and I think me working in the beer industry and moving all those kegs all the time and doing that too didn't help. But this last 2 years, it's like I need at least 5 surgeries right now. And every morning I wake up, it's like a long process.
See what you have to look forward to?
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't
getting old
Of
sucks.
course, at one point I wanted to be a pro skate. I wanted to be a pro skater, skateboarder, but like
you still skate right now.
I just do flat ground.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's mainly what I did. That mini ramps. Every once in a while I'd skate vert, but it was mainly flat and street and mini ramps.
Flat ground, flat grounds, flat ground, flat bars.
Yeah,
box ledges.
Yeah, it will, and we know a lot more now than when Dustin and I were doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know how many concussions I got from skateboarding. I guarantee you, I would have I'm out of concussion protocol for sure. And that was right when our brains were developing because I skated from.
I'd be so fucking smart right now.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm glad.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like,
up until 25.
I don't know. Now I know why it took me 8 years. It took me 8 years to get through college is because my head was so damaged. I was still skating in college a little bit too.
All the crazy concerts I went to, getting kicked in the head and
slam dancing and moshing.
Well, that's like this rib. Like I was joking earlier today. I've been kicked in the ribs. I've been punched in the ribs.
You're old and brittle now, man.
But this is death now. I'm like,
damn.
You probably 20 years ago you had already bounced back.
Oh yeah.
Now you're on the verge of 6 months.
Yeah.
Right now, if you went back, that's why they're so concerned about you straining it. It's because it's that gnarly area.
Well, and everybody has told me, don't wrap it. You'll get pneumonia.
Yeah. So my right knee,
you're old.
My right knee is so tricked up now that I can hear it pop, and I know to immediately adjust my weight because if I put my weight back on it, it's going to start tearing more of my ligaments and stuff. So I have to immediately stop, kind of do the Michael Jackson with my leg, go like that. yeah, exactly. And get it back and be real careful for the next 5 minutes. But that is every day my knee tricks out like that.
That's crazy.
My left one needs to get done. My left shoulder.
So stop skating.
No, don't ever stop skating.
Oh, no. I mean...
Stop enjoying your life.
I mean, I'm not doing anything gnarly on the board. I'm just like, yo.
I've thought about picking it up again, just cruising and riding.
Open Streets is coming up, right?
I know. But you know what I've been looking at? Electric scooters. I want an electric scooter because of the campgrounds and stuff. I want to take them camping and have them.
I like
get
those
around
those mono deals too.
The one
wheel, yeah, that looks
one
pretty
wheels
fun.
are rad. They're expensive as shit.
They go fast though, man. They go so
my
fast.
My homie is trying to put me on. He's showing me the ones that are go 40.
Yeah. That's scary.
I've seen guys down at the park. Forest Park or whatever,
Yeah.
down there, and University Park, and they are hauling ass.
Yeah, I've seen some people on 7th Street with them. Like
That Pupil Street over by Russ's and stuff.
Yeah.
When I was on my way, because that's how I come to the show now.
Yeah, back up to there.
And I passed a kid that had one of those, had headlights on it and everything.
Yeah,
they're badass.
He had to be going 35 miles an hour in that thing, and he was a bigger kid too. Like he looked like he wasn't the most stable on it yet. I was
They're like
man,
$3,000.
Wonder how many people have been killed on those things yet.
Probably a lot.
I bet it's over 1,000 already because those things haul ass.
I got a crazy story the other day.
I gotta go, TT.
The new spectacle song we're working on is called "Face in a Bag."
I've been holding mine.
It's not Cat in a Bag.
It's called "Face in a Bag."
Face in the bag.
And the reason it's called "Face in a Bag" is because that's how someone showed up
With their face in a bag?
to a hospital after a motorcycle accident.
Oh shit! Yeah.
They grabbed,
Damn.
pulled it off the highway, and
Their face hit a
Wow.
curb and it smeared. It just peeled their face off, and someone picked it up and threw it in a Ziploc bag.
put some
and
ice, put it on ice.
Was like, here's their face.
I'm thinking they just put it over their head. They're
No.
like, no, they picked it up.
They picked it up off the street after this guy
So
wrecked on his
gnarly.
motorcycle.
Man, if you guys,
It
do you
was
guys
like-
do X?
Here's his face.
Do you guys do much Xing? Not the drug, but X.
Not since I was younger, but yeah. No.
Never had.
The formerly Twitter.
Formerly
you got to
Twitter.
say, in the media, you got to say X, formerly Twitter.
I will never be considered media. Anyway, I've seen some gnarly videos lately. Like it's like
you got to get off morbid knowledge,
dude. It's not just that. It's like some of the stuff and it won't last long. But just with all the stuff that's going on in the world right now, with Ukraine and now you have the things going on in the Middle East and stuff. There's just and gnarly videos here too of just like crazy, like terrible car wrecks. Like I saw this one video last week. This girl, she was like, she didn't look like she was suicidal to me, but she's just hanging like, you remember my parking garage in Las Colinas?
Yeah.
She was like 2 more floors up in a parking garage, just hanging, and then she starts swinging, and then she just lets go. I think she was trying to come in to the, like, kind of swing her way in, and she didn't realize that was not going to be possible, and she ate it. Fell on a car, too. And it's not, Hollywood is wrong about falling on a car and you being all right. No. She had parts going everywhere.
Oh, so if we need to jump out of a high-rise building and there's a passing
Car, you're not going to make it.
car to break our fall, that's
Right.
not how you do it?
She landed straight up on a car, and it was not like Indiana Jones or anything, like hopping back up. It was, where'd my body parts go?
Do you watch any, like, morbid shit like that? Is that, no? That
It's
doesn't
not a
interest
good
you?
thing to watch.
It's
Like,
not good. It's
This
not.
video of this cat that set himself on fire, that
Yeah,
was
did you
not a
hear
good
about
video
this?
to watch.
My
Thanks,
homie's always
RoboTuner.
trying to show me stuff like that, and
Hurt
he's
your
like,
brain.
"Yo, look at this." I'm like, as soon as he
Mhm.
points his phone, I just turn my head.
Whenever Pete says, "Look at this," when I'm over there when y'all are jamming, I'm like, "Nope."
RoboTuner sends us this thing, which I didn't even know this
Wait,
had
time
happened.
code that and delete that, by the way.
Okay. But about this Aaron Bushnell guy, and I was like, what the hell? He was an Air Force dude, and he got was from San Antonio, flew up to Washington D.C., stood outside the Israeli embassy,
Mhm.
and set himself on fire and live streamed it.
Wow, he pulled some fucking
Yeah.
that monk.
Yep.
Fucking damn, that's crazy.
Yep. And while screaming about free Palestine and all that and everything. I didn't know
takes-
anybody still did this.
It takes a lot of guts, man. It takes a lot. Takes a lot.
That's a lot of planning.
Takes a lot. That's why I say anybody who can kill himself or whatever, like
Especially like this as a protest.
I'm sure he's dead, right?
Yeah, he's dead. He died.
Imagine if someone saved him. Mid burn, he just had to live with these crazy scars.
With the scars, yeah. Well, I mean, you hear about people that try to commit suicide all the time, and
Yeah.
they don't do it right or miss or whatever, or live
Mhm.
through it, and then they have to live with whatever happened, and It's crazy, but I didn't know immolation was still a thing. Like people still did this. I thought we were past that.
Like, but if you look it up, it's probably more than you think.
Probably so, but this was wild. I didn't hear anything about it until RoboTuner sent it over to us, and I was like, "Holy crap!" And then as soon as I looked it up, I saw that all news outlets were on it. That's crazy.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that. That's mind blowing.
I mean, is there anything? I can't think of anything in my life right now that I'm that upset about that I need to set myself on fire.
Me personally, no.
No, I don't have anything going on. I don't. No. I mean, this guy setting himself on fire isn't going to solve the Israeli-Palestinian issue. They're not just suddenly going to go to peace because some U.S. airman set himself on fire outside of an embassy.
Take way more than that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, if you boil it down and think about it,
cold-blooded, man. They cold-blooded.
Thousands of years of issues haven't been able to figure out the Middle East.
There's been a lot of people that have burned for that cause. I want to know where his binoculars were.
Okay, I'm here. Where's this joke go? Why does he need binoculars? Because he's an airman?
No.
Did he do it with a parachute on?
What's his name?
Oh. Aaron Bushnell. I get it. I gotcha.
It's never good when you have to explain your joke.
I got it. I
went too deep.
No, that was good. I didn't put it together with his last name.
You just thought I was going to make an airman reference.
Yeah, I was going for the.
How much has come out about this kid? And
I don't know. I haven't really read that much more into it. I haven't kept track of it. It's not on my tabs. Maybe RoboTuner knows more, but I don't know.
Our U.S. military is struggling lately. It's like I don't know if it they've always had issues and stuff with mental health and things of that nature in the U.S. military, but now I think since we have cell phones everywhere, we can see every case of
everything
going on in our military, and so. But man, it sure does seem like our military needs some help with stuff.
Well, what'd they call it when you go to the porta potty and commit suicide with your rifle? That was a big deal in the deal.
I don't know. Was it like a?
Ah, that makes sense.
Like a trend, like a Tebow. Something.
No. That was a big deal in the
became
military
popular.
That they would do, and it was kept hush hush until nowadays.
Yeah.
It's all over the place because of modern technology. So he was tired. What did that say? Go ahead.
It says, this is my girlfriend chiming in. She says because he was tired of being forced to support genocide due to his military contract, he would rather light himself on fire than continue to support a genocide.
Why? I'm wondering why someone would like. Obviously, the kid is mentally ill, has some issues, or has some things that was going on, but. Why, if you feel that way and you felt that way, why would you join the U.S. Air Force knowing that there is a highly likelihood that you would have to step in for something that involves protecting Israel?
Especially this day and age.
Yeah, it's like
we're always going to be in some sort of conflict, no matter what.
So I don't understand why he wasn't a pilot, right?
He just says he was
in the
an
Air
airman.
Force. It's strange to me that you would join the forces, the U.S. Armed Forces, with that much conviction that you would kill yourself.
He was a cyber defense operations specialist with the 531st Intelligence Support Squadron at Joint Base San Antonio.
Wow.
That was what he was.
That's strange. I would think that he would be a drone pilot or something like that, because you wouldn't think cybersecurity would be that big of a
cyber defense operations.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah. So you're not really in. I don't know. Maybe you are seeing a bunch of dead babies and
unless
dead
you're
people.
shutting your cyber hacking stuff over there. Shutting down defenses and
that would make it available. Yeah, I guess that could happen.
That
make it available for our military to go in and take people out.
But he said he was an anarchist.
See,
And that doesn't
okay.
make sense either. I don't
Yeah,
know many
there's
anarchists
something
that join
up
the
about
military.
this. There's definitely something up
I was
about
like, they
this.
don't care about that.
And the thing is, right now, I'm assuming everything's a psyop. Everything I see, if it's national
This show
news,
is a
it's a psyop. Because of the amount of propaganda that's out there right
We're all
now,
a psyop.
I'm just assuming everything is bullshit.
Yeah. Fact.
If I don't meet you in person and shake your hand, then you don't exist.
Shit, even at that, I'm not
Yeah.
fully convinced.
Yeah, we got hologram Tupac and hologram Michael Jackson and stuff, so that could happen. So
It could.
I gotta
happen.
physically okay,
touch you.
you're real. Yeah.
Who was it? Last night someone was asking me. He's like, we all do the show online? Can we do a Zoom call or whatever? And I'm like, nope. We do it in studio still because we like to make sure you're live and you're real. And I was like, no, really, it's more about the connection and being able to have a
Conversation,
a real
like you would at a
conversation
bar.
that isn't disconnected by technology or a delay or anything. That's what's great about.
Well,
what we do.
the show that was one of the first things we wanted to do is like make sure that it was like
Yeah.
a bar setting. You just shooting the shit about dumb stuff that you do when you're at the local pub over some Bud Light and Jaegers.
Well, we got sidetracked talking
Some
about
gay
this guy on
light.
fire. Well,
Some
did
of
you
that
hear
gay
about
light.
that?
No, there's more.
No.
What happened now?
Kid Rock says it's okay to drink Bud Light now.
No.
Oh, he gives the
It
green light.
gives the green
Redneck's
light.
back on.
And
We're
it's,
back on.
It's thumbs up, and
Thumbs up.
and Anheuser-Busch came out and restocked his entire fridge.
So he got
and
bribed.
beer fridged and everything full of beer because they made peace at some MMA fight.
Yeah, he got
And
bribed.
yeah.
They said, "Hey, how about we hook you up for a while?"
Have y'all mentioned the strike right now?
Though, yeah, out
Oh,
there
down
at
there at
Miller
Miller?
Coors.
Yeah.
Is it still going?
As far as I know, yeah.
It is? Okay. I knew they were. Last I saw was the news on Friday they were going, but I didn't know if it lasted to the weekend. And now.
My street faces the Miller sign. So
Oh,
it's
yeah?
like they're literally like on the other side of the freeway, like doing their thing.
Doesn't affect.
And like they already put like fencing up.
Oh, really?
To keep people in from trying to like barge the office and stuff like that.
Most strikes that I've ever been a part of never go that far. No one's committing a crime and and throwing Molotov cocktails at a building. Most of them are just you're out there shouting and
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
And from what I read, if like they were to continue to not work, then Bush would carry on with the work.
So what? They're gonna is Bush? Are the employees of Bush coming to take over this?
I don't know. I don't know the
factory?
details.
Are they gonna do just make
know,
everything up north?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know the details.
Anheuser-Busch isn't
I just
owned by an
know
American
that they
company.
said if that were to keep happening, then Bush will help with the manufacturing, keeping the beer going.
It's in who are they that owns them?
I believe it's the same company that owns Heineken now. Owns Budweiser.
Yeah. That's why everything got weird. That's why their ad marketing and everything got strange.
Which was weird because they kept the Clydesdales and We Are America, all that, like well after all that. Well, during COVID, remember they were doing the "We're making water and hand sanitizer for America." So that's it gets back to me not believing anybody anymore. I don't believe anybody anymore. If someone says we're pro-American, I'm assuming no, you're not. You're pro you.
You're pro you.
What are you doing?
I screwed up.
So what was this strike about? Like the main thing, is it overworkage or is it? I don't even know the ins and outs of the strike. And since it's local, I feel like I should. I guarantee we have some listeners that are involved in this.
It was medical. I know that was.
Yeah, I
one
know
of
they
them
don't get like
their medical benefits.
From what I've seen, it looks like they get paid well, but they don't get benefits. Like they don't get the benefits that they need for for them and their families and stuff like that. And so when the contract was up for them to renegotiate, they weren't trying to. They had some demands and they weren't trying to meet that. So they were like, "All right, well, fuck it."
I'm all for all these strikes myself. I'm all for being a union man that's about to leave the union, but being a union man. I'm all for people striking in this day and age because you can't afford to do anything, and the companies are they're getting richer, and like you take 1/10 of my CEO's salary, and if you put it back into the company for everybody's insurance, we'd all be taken care of. The entire company around the world.
You remember when we looked
be
up
taken care of.
the way things were handled? Oh, man, this is like the 4th time I've talked about COVID. The way the handouts were. Remember when you and I obsessed on that? I did the math. When the company that I was working for could have given each employee like $25,000 a pop, and then still had a couple mil left over.
Mm-hmm.
But we got $1,000.
We got $2,000.
We did
our
get a
pay.
second payment of $500. But
We got $2,000 for being, first line responders and all that.
Mhm.
When they could have given like the same thing, they could have given each employee like $10,000.
Yeah.
With what they were getting back from the government.
It's wild, man. It is wild.
Yep. No one likes us. No one likes rap, metal, or comedians, or the common man that's
No.
just working down here on the streets.
Nope.
Nope.
They love the extreme lower, like the lowest class
Mm-hmm.
group and the highest, and that's it, because they can use the lowest and to fuck the middle, and then the highest, of course, that's the elites. They just fuck us, all of us, no matter what, whenever.
And no one likes podcasters.
No, it's because no one likes podcasters like us.
No one likes podcasters.
Because we can run our mouth the way we want. We don't have advertisements. We have donations.
Sounds like you've been listening to the documentary that's being made about us. The rough edit that came in today we have a documentary being made about us.
That's sick.
Well, it's
As a
high
famous
dollar.
narrator.
The narrator, it's high dollar. They brought in some big names to narrate it and to interview us. We got interviews later.
So
this
it's a
week.
comedy.
Does Brad Pitt play me?
AI Brad Pitt with
AI
that
Brad Pitt?
Sora. Have y'all seen that shit with Sora?
I've heard the
video AI of what they're
Yeah.
generating, these fake videos they're making of like dogs playing in the snow and stuff, and it looks ultra realistic.
That's the thing.
Wow.
Dude, it's scary, the stuff that they're spitting out.
I mean, sex dolls are getting crazy too.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, catch us up on the world of sex dolls there. Joe, what do we got?
Can you still order a little baby?
Jeez.
Man.
That was a joke.
I need a sex doll that's also a part that
has a brain?
No, that you can open up her back and it's a cooler. And you can stick beer in there and a sandwich or whatever.
And then
So
the last one I've seen is probably like I haven't caught up to now, but the last one I've seen is at least like 3 years ago, and it looked pretty damn real.
did it have a cooler in it though? That's the important
Not
thing.
yet.
Okay.
They're not there yet.
They are heat.
You know.
They have heat in them though, I bet.
Of course.
Yeah, they probably keep it 96 now.
warming?
You can get one. Yeah.
Put a nice bowl of queso in there.
What man? Can you imagine?
And where exactly?
Can you imagine
Oh, you know.
going on a date?
The hot box.
Going. Can you imagine going back to someone's apartment and walking in, and then there's just this like sex doll sitting on the couch, and you're like, oh, so you got a sex doll? I see. That's interesting.
I nearly bought one a few years ago. It was a dumb one. It wasn't one of these all high tech ones. It was a cheap one. Almost
You would get one as a
mannequin-esque.
gag. I could see.
Well, I got one because I had this whole idea.
I just want one to see if we can put the fish hook in it.
I had this whole idea of filming a bunch of crazy things with it, and I thought it'd be awesome, but that all fell apart.
It's too expensive just to get for a few bits.
Well, that was it. And then I was like, what are you going to do with it? It'd be funny to wrap it up in a blanket and like throw it in the woods somewhere with the hair sticking out and see what people
It'd
say.
be fun to throw it out like never mind. I can't say this on the broadcast because we could get sued. I think it's a public safety thing, but I was going to say go to Roof Snow. Imagine that
Off
scare
the
the
bridge.
shit out of people.
That's deadly.
That's what I'm saying. We
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
You know what? I retract what I just said and referred to.
Yeah.
That was not
That was
very
not-
Christianly of me.
That is not very 2024.
That's
Matt.
not woke Stubbs at all.
I wasn't going to go that far.
I'll pray for your brother.
T's and P's, man.
So
T's and P's. So it says that the main thing is just on the strike real quick.
Mm-hmm.
What you were saying, just the retirement. What all of them are over, healthcare and pay. And yeah, there was looks like they want to get the guarantee of some more shifts, like some more projects. It sounds like a 3-year contract with.
Okay.
Says here the Teamsters say they're looking for a 3-year contract for the 420 workers who work at the only brewery that services the entire western region of the United States with major Molson Coors products that include. So yeah, it's basically running the gamut, I would say.
pro strike. Go on strike.
You know what?
Everybody should go on strike.
I'll be pro strike too.
Can we unionize podcasts and then go on strike because we're not paying ourselves our own benefits? We don't give ourselves enough time off.
They'd probably let us just strike. They'd see our picket line
There'd
wasn't
be
very
no-
big. Would you?
We're going to unionize.
Would you rap at our picket line?
Would you get us some marches going, some chants?
I'm about
Or is that too close to being open mic?
I'm not a big speech person, but yeah, I can perform.
All right. Well, we got our first artist to perform at our picket line.
Do you know where
I can get a spokesperson to speak? We can get a spokesperson to speak prior to my performance. I perform.
Mayor
and then boom.
Mayor Maddie Parker, and then you.
There you go.
All right. Let's
This
tee
is
it
our,
up, man.
This is our podcast
Picket line.
that we're going to have. We're going to go on strike.
I was gonna suggest a strong black woman, but
Oh. Well, there we go. We'll go that one.
That's fine too.
It is union. I mean, it is about labor. So Maddie Parker probably doesn't have much. She hasn't done much in her life that's real labor, right? I mean, she's gone in labor. She has kids, but not working with her hands. So maybe we better go to your route.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we'll figure it out. There's a
out.
lot of time to figure things out.
Yeah.
You know.
Did y'all see that? I want to talk about. We got the eclipse coming up, and we got some major plans for the eclipse and stuff. We're gonna go out. And,
How you gonna prioritize? How you gonna capitalize off this event?
well, we're gonna go out in the middle of nowhere, up in Arkansas.
Is it too far out to see what they're saying the weather's going to be? We're going to be good.
Not yet. Or I think it is.
It's in
We
two-
can't really see it yet.
It's in a month and 2 weeks or a month.
April, yeah.
Well,
it's
it should
way
be
far.
pretty nice up there.
Yeah, clear. But have you seen that the area we wanted to go to, which was Junction,
Mhm.
Kerrville, Fredericksburg
chaos
area,
is happening down there.
they've already filed for a national emergency down there.
Yeah, I did read that.
That
Why?
they're expecting that many people down there. Like everything's sold out. Everything is sold out, and rooms were going for like $1,000 in small little studio Motel 8s or Studio 6s or
But
whatever.
it's so strange that there was hardly any pickup when we were there for the last one. I
'Cause
think it's because it wasn't total.
it wasn't total. Everybody wants the total, and this is the last total one the U.S. will get for 2 decades.
There you go. That's probably why.
So everybody's trying to get in the line of this, and so they've already declared a state of emergency, and it's they're saying that it's on a Monday, so people are saying like it may take you once it's over, depending on where you live, it could take you till midnight to get home.
Yeah, not us.
No, we got it all figured out.
We're not gonna have many people around us.
No, we should be able to get out, and
Maybe
the only thing is maybe 30 coming back. Could have some people on it, but it'll just be
I don't
like
go
it.
that way anymore.
Yeah, you go the other way, which there could be some people
So
coming
much
through there.
easier too, because you don't have to deal with that. You don't
Yeah,
have to deal with the Lake Ray Hubbard and
I hate that bridge. That's the dumbest thing.
635 and 30 where that comes together. That's just a nightmare.
ever. Total nightmare. I feel sorry for the souls that live on that side of the Metroplex. I'm sorry, but did you see what Delta is doing?
No.
So Delta is offering a flight
So okay, I like it.
that will fly from Austin to Detroit and will be in the path the entire time.
That's cool. That's a cool idea.
So they will follow the path of totality, and on this flight, there's a limited number of seats. They're leaving it mainly for videographers, photographers to go up. But my question is, and it's a certain Airbus. It's an Airbus A220 that has bigger windows instead of the little bitty ones, portal windows. But that's my question is, like, you're flying in this path of totality the whole way. You can't. Can you see up? Can you see? Where's the sun going to be?
I wonder if
it's about 1 o'clock. It's
yeah.
going to be high in the sky.
Maybe the pilot's gonna dip each wing.
Maybe
a little bit.
Yeah, turns it so where you can see and shoot photos and stuff. But I thought that was kind of cool.
I
And
can't believe they're the only ones that are really jumping on that like that.
They aren't.
Seems like Southwest would do it for sure.
Wyndham offered a pair of photographers $10,000 to fly them in a private helicopter.
Another cool option
to shoot the eclipse, but I don't know.
I don't set foot in the helicopter.
It's gonna be a big fail somewhere.
You know, the more I watched this new season of Drive to Survive and seeing everybody fly to and from tracks in private helicopters that are millionaires and billionaires, I was kind of like, it just doesn't seem right.
There's a reason Matt doesn't trust those.
Yeah, that just doesn't seem like, if I had that much money, I don't know if I'd take a helicopter anymore.
Well, when we were jamming
drive
with
in and
Josh, every time it'd come up about taking us up in an Airbus and doing crazy stuff, I was always like, well, I won't be doing that, but it's good to talk like we will.
I wish everything would have worked out in Alaska so we could have gone and landed on the glacier and everything.
Or when we were in Vegas.
Now, Vegas would have been fun too, yeah.
I had not made my mind up on that trip if that panned out, if I was going to do it. I didn't know what I was going to do. That's why I was glad that he stood you up a little bit or didn't get back with you or something.
Yeah, and there was something about the guy there, or they weren't there.
Yeah.
Something got rerouted and they weren't in Vegas when we were there.
I asked Gary a couple of times, were you going to do that? And he was all, yeah, man, that'd have been badass. And I was all, I don't know. I was acting like I wanted to do it with y'all. I was like, yeah, let's do it, man. Let's go skydiving naked from an aeroplane.
The place to do it is in New York.
Oh my gosh!
It's so chaos. You think there's a lot of traffic on the ground? The traffic in the air when you're flying around and you're just seeing shit fly by you everywhere. It's like the Jetsons.
Yeah.
And then you're flying around buildings and stuff.
Hell no.
Around the Statue of Liberty with 8 other helicopters.
We'll eventually talk about this show, but Masters of the Air, I started some of those scenes. When those German fighters after we lose our fighters turn back, and they're caught out. It's like the 4th episode, and they're caught out, and there's like over 100 German fighters diving down from a higher altitude.
I think that's in the preview too.
And there's
just and you're just like
chaos. And I can't imagine being a pilot just driving, just flying through there like it's no big deal. The nerves of those guys.
What about just flying a bomber through flak like it's no big deal?
Yeah.
We may get hit. We may not. We're just going to keep flying this thing straight. Like, can you imagine being a pilot and being like, I don't know, I'm just going to keep heading straight while all this flak's going off around us?
No. I get fear boner when they do their briefings before they start in the show. When they're like, all right, here's what our mission's going to be. I already have a fear boner and forget. I'm like, I would be the guy in our briefing before our flight. Could you repeat that last part real quick? The not that part, but the part before this when you were talking about we're going to go around this gulf and there's going to be some storms and all that. And da-da-da. Like, I would get so lost. I could fear. I would just watching it. I started getting fear boner because I would never remember any of the notes that I was supposed to take.
You know where you would get stuck, right? Stubbs, you're in the bubble.
Yeah, as I probably should, because I wouldn't be the pilot type because of my attention problems.
You're going to be in the bubble.
I'd be in the bubble. They'd be like, we need you to shoot everybody. But still, I'd
you're
be
isolated.
Confused.
You're isolated and left alone in the bubble. They close the door on you. If a hole gets punctured through that thing, you instantly get frostbite.
Yeah, if you have Apple TV,
Masters of the Air.
Masters of the Air, man, it's a good one.
Have you ever seen Band of Brothers?
I have not.
Band of Brothers was the 501st Airborne or 101st Airborne as they invaded Normandy, parachuted into France, and made their way across France into Germany. And
oh wow,
have you seen
during
Saving
World War
Private
II?
Ryan?
It's great.
Long ass time ago.
It's made by basically the same group of
Yeah.
guys.
Okay.
It's as gritty and dirty, looks just like it, everything.
But if you're into airplanes, it's cool.
But Master of
Definitely
the Air is the sequel. Well, the first sequel was the Pacific, but then this is the sequel of the air campaign over Germany. And it's pretty cool.
Okay.
And it's wild because that's where my grandfather was at, and a lot of the stuff they're talking about, my grandfather did. So watching it, I'm like, this is amazing.
when you got here tonight, that's what we were looking
yeah, we were
up.
geeking out on all that.
Was his grandfather painted nose cone art on the front of planes.
That's crazy.
So we were looking up the nose art, and apparently there's the biggest nose art gallery in the country
Right
is
up the
right
road.
here in Redbird.
Oh shit!
At Redbird Airport. So this is going to be a JJTM field trip to go there and check it out.
Oh,
we
yeah.
got to go there.
I
want to
get it. One of my grandfather's piece. Like Josh and I have talked. We just haven't put it together what we're going to do because I'd like to also have his plane, the bomber, and some of his nose art. So
Is it a B-27?
Yeah, the only thing that I can think of is maybe we'll do it on my back, but I kind of want to also display something on my arms from him, some kind of nose art. Maybe one of the pinup girls or the one that I showed you that I said they made specific reference to their
do
jumpsuits.
real nose art up your cheek and up your nose. It'd be real nose art. You'd be like,
I got to get some podcast money for it. We got to get some more donations before I start tattooing my face fully.
I got 5 on it.
You'd be in the top 5% of donator right there with $5.
Oh shit! But yeah, that shows.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's
That's
awesome.
that's
If you
very
got Apple
cool.
TV, go watch it. Apple TV is the shit.
It
I'm
really
sorry.
is, man.
They got some stuff on there.
There's some
What's
good
that
stuff on there.
Constellation now?
Yeah.
You tried that on yet?
Have you? It looks good.
It's a show. What's that? It's about Christian Dior.
Yeah.
Yeah, how he used to make dresses for Nazis and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Yeah.
I'm watching that right now.
Did you watch the Supermodel one?
No.
That one was pretty good. And then what was the other thing? Oh no, that was on Hulu. I was thinking it's on there. But on Apple was the Beastie Boys documentary, which was great.
I haven't watched that yet.
It's
Oh, that's-
freaking
that-
awesome.
yeah, that's a good-
It's great.
I'm not a big Beastie Boys. I mean, I like, the
They get in a
singles.
lot of the history of rap,
Yeah.
and especially in the Northeast.
Have you seen?
And it's a kind of a storyteller too. They set it up kind of storytellish. Like remember when was it MTV that used to do the storytellers or Platinum TV or something used to do
VH1.
storytellers? VH1, yeah. And so that's cool hearing them
Behind the
talk about
music.
it, like all the guys or the 2 guys, unfortunately, talking about it and
The other thing,
the footage that they had.
it was on Hulu. Watched it last week. The Kings of Queens about Run DMC.
I haven't seen that one.
I haven't
The
seen
last
that
thing I
yet.
watched on Hulu was the Tupac documentary.
I want to see that one.
It's long.
Is
Yeah.
it?
It's
How many series? How many is it?
It's episodes, and they're at least like an hour and some change per episode. It's lengthy. Like they
Really?
get into details.
The Run DMC one is 3 1-hour episodes, maybe 4 1-hour episodes. It was good though. It was cool. It was cool.
I have to watch it with my dad.
Checking out.
Was it the Kanye one that was like 4 episodes? I thought the Kanye. That was on Netflix though, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it kind of fizzled out. It
Yeah,
didn't
the
keep my
last
attention
episode.
like
Oh,
the
yeah,
last
yeah,
of it.
The last
It started-
episode did kind of fizzle
Yeah.
because it got into all the new like just stuff that was not really important as far as his body of work being so badass. I think.
What's with his new woman?
Is she the one that keeps going out naked, like with
Yeah.
see-through dresses and stuff?
What's with this?
I don't know, but she's.
Is this
hot.
like Stockholm syndrome? Something?
I
Like
think-
what's going on?
I think he upgraded though.
I think
Sorry,
she's hotter
Kardashian
than Kim.
fans.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I think she's better looking than Kim.
Yeah. Right.
She's okay. Yeah. All right. It's all right.
I guess we'll just leave that.
Kanye?
Yeah. But yeah,
he's too
the Kings of
controversial
Queens.
for us. We
The
can't
Kings
touch
of
him.
Queens is really, really good.
That's
Really,
on,
really
and that's on. What'd you say?
good.
Hulu.
Cool. Okay.
Hulu.
That. Oh yeah. That. Run DMC and Beastie Boys. Check them out.
The Beastie Boys is cool because it was the
Yeah.
way they did
You
it.
enjoy it.
It was a show, and they did it at the Apollo the first time, and it's just them up there on stage talking, and then it cuts in with video clips as they're going through their history.
That's
It's
cool.
pretty cool, but it's got a lot of ties. You know, it talks about them with Run DMC, and that's basically how they got going. Was Run DMC and Rick Rubin and everything, and going on tour with Run DMC and taking off, and it's pretty cool. The Run DMC documentary brings in a whole bunch of people from Chuck D to Eminem, and it's cool.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
Did Steven Tyler make an appearance?
no, I don't think he was available. I think he had court issues he had to deal with.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that he's wrapped up in one of
Little
these.
Uncle Touchy.
Uncle Touchy.
Man,
So
shit,
sad.
Puffy's getting a run for his money.
Yeah,
Yeah, what's going on with that?
that just keeps building steam, huh?
Haven't heard anything about Puffy in years. And all of a
Shit,
sudden,
even
bam.
just today, I saw he got another lawsuit.
Really? Sheesh.
Not from
What was that, 7?
not from a woman, but from like a producer, like a studio producer.
Those videos.
I didn't look into
Bieber.
what happened, but I was like, damn, everybody trying to get a piece.
Wasn't
see
one
the-
a masseuse? I thought one of them that filed charges was a masseuse or something.
Shit, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt Bieber. Looking back at those videos that they made together and stuff, man, if you
Bieber
look at
filed
did
something
not
against
age-
him?
That didn't age well. If you go back and look at those videos, you're like, man, come on, Diddy, what are you doing, man?
Diddling.
Damn.
That's what he's doing.
Well,
He's
I guess
diddling.
we're not going to get him on the show.
And then you got on here, Slayer's a band again?
Yeah, what's the deal?
I thought we retired. I thought we were
I
done.
thought we did too.
And I
that was the
thought-
whole thing. We had to get those Lamb of God Slayer tickets because it was the last time you'll ever get to see them.
And then Kerry King was going to release his solo stuff and
Which
go out
came
and do his
out.
own thing.
Sounds badass, like Slayer.
Sounds Slayer, part 2.
But yeah, then immediately after that, they announced a Slayer
Reunion?
headlining some festival, and apparently there's more.
No band retires
They don't.
forever anymore unless they're old as fuck. But even then, you got Willie Nelson at 97 still playing.
Right.
So what's going on? Or he's
Did
not
you see
97, but in his
Lucas
90s.
Nelson had his gear stolen last week?
Willie's a god, man.
Yeah, Willie is God.
Yeah.
He may be immortal.
Don't
He may have found
don't say that stuff, man.
what? He may have found the
Don't start talking about Willie and all that. Okay.
the thing in Florida, the Fountain of Youth that Ponce de Leon was after and all that. Yeah, he may have found it, and it's called weed.
Could be. Could be.
Could add. I mean, look at what's his name from the Rolling Stones.
All right, I need you to listen to something real quick that I've discovered on speaking of Slayer and thrash that I wanted to get your take. It was the first time I ever heard it. I've listened to a lot of thrash and a lot of Anthrax.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know about this for some reason.
How did you come across this?
I always know that Anthrax has put out a plethora of covers, but I hadn't heard this one. And I want you to listen to it and just
Speaking of Bring the Noise,
give me thumbs up, thumbs down on what you think.
so how did you come across this? Did you find it naturally? Were you just
I
you
accidentally
were
let it
listening to
play
this track and you let
for-
it play forever, and all of a sudden it kicked in? Because this is a hidden track in the true sense of like how Nirvana did
Right.
Endless Nameless.
It was about 10 minutes and 50 seconds in, and it's probably 6 minutes, I would say, after the song plays.
The song is called Revolution Screams. That's the official track.
Mm-hmm.
And this cover is hidden past that on the album Worship Music by Anthrax,
Which is
that they
2
released in
albums
2016.
ago, right?
I guess
They
I don't know.
did
I'm not an Anthrax
Anthrax.
Anthrax anthologist, or I don't know all their stuff. You just give me, Cotton Mosh, I'm good.
they've got great songs.
Yeah.
Anthrax is one of the big ones.
Oh, lonely.
Great.
You got
That's the best song on that album, actually.
I love that song. That song was
Yeah.
cool. Everybody's like, that album sucks. That song sucks. I'm like, that song's really cool.
It was like 96, wasn't it?
Yeah. I was like, when that came out, that was cool. All right, so I'm going to hit play.
You're going to hit play. Tell me what you think. And everybody in the chat room.
All right, here
Especially
we go.
Nick.
Is he still in there? I don't know.
He
Here we
might
go.
have bounced.
It's playing. It's playing.
On the Jerry Jonestown
Maybe.
Massacre podcast show featuring
I don't.
JOE
Is anything going?
on the stream
Uh-oh.
of things that we put on the internet for people to
It's not
listen
playing.
to. Uh-oh.
Oh, we got.
Maybe
got
YouTube was
problems.
like, no, we're not letting you do that.
You can give it a flex bomb.
Me. Let's see here. Let's make sure this is set up right.
Guess we'll do it next week.
Maybe.
For a third week, we'll put it off.
Maybe we will. Maybe we will. Let's see here. Let me play with this here.
Yeah.
Make sure those
You
are
cranked
playing.
us up.
I got it cranked here. I don't hear anything.
This is going to win us a podcast award right here.
All right, I don't hear anything, man.
We'll get it next week.
I don't hear. Well, this was such great build-up.
I know. It's a kick to the balls.
Shit, what's going on?
You have to edit it in.
I know. I'd pull the plug over here, but it might kill the whole
Nah,
logic.
it's not that big a deal. It's just a little metal talk.
Damn it. Hold on, let's see. Here, I know how we can do it.
Oh, no.
You want me to do it on my phone?
Sure, if you want to.
Let me pull it up on my phone real fast. Fill the air.
When's your next show, JOE?
Next show. March 9th, Cicada.
That's the next one? Is the
anniversary.
Okay.
Anniversary.
That's why we got him in here, is talking about this anniversary.
And then y'all brought up two other people on the bill, Arenda Light and the Methinks.
You know, I love this lineup because it's a mix. It's diverse, and I love it when nights do this.
Yeah, get us set up.
Sorry. I like it when that.
Are you going to do the classics at this show?
All the hits.
All the hits?
All the bops.
Cotton Amash.
Have you ever thought about bringing a full band up?
Of course.
Why don't you do that? Be so awesome.
It's a headache.
Oh, I know.
It's a total
Dealing
headache.
with other people.
All right, here we go. Let's see.
Oh, you're doing it that way. We might not get in trouble if you do it that way.
Let's see. Is it at 10:45?
Like, that puts you 10 seconds before it really starts. I think it starts after 11.
After 11?
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe the internet is down. We're just potting to each other right now.
maybe we are.
Chat room, you hear
Maybe
us?
that was
Oh, there we go.
okay. That could have been the problem.
Now you're going to look it up on that to see if you went far enough?
I didn't go far enough, so let's
Okay.
see.
There you go.
All right.
It might be over the top. Might have to turn it down. There you go. So you already recognize the song, right?
I know what it is after two notes. I can name this tune in 2 notes. Do they do the digital break? This song makes me want to just go nuts. It's so good.
This was supposed to be one of the Stink Flamingo songs.
Yep.
Need to start working on it.
Okay. Come on. Come on. Oh, they played out.
It's not bad.
It makes me want to cook for some reason. I don't understand.
You think it's going to be on Bear? They're going
The bear, they're
to
going to
play this one?
Out. It was good up until that. No. The music's great, but you gotta have that punk.
It is. The
I'm in
vocals,
a lounge right now, and I
Yeah, the
can sing the words to you.
it does sound white man trying to rapish a little bit.
But the guy that
the musicianship, and I love his vocal. I love his vocals, so it doesn't affect me like you. But I know that you heard like chainsaws and stuff going off or something. Then
no, I want it violent.
Click,
the original,
yeah. No, they should have got Mike Patton to do the vocals.
Where it's crazy. Yeah, why doesn't he do it?
Well, it was an Anthrax album.
Well, they should have brought him in and been like, Mike.
Yeah,
we're gonna let Joey sit down. Is that his name?
Mr.
Singer?
Bungle should have done it.
Oh, there we go.
But I never even heard of that cover. Like, how did no one bring that? Maybe Andrew brought it up to our attention, or Dave at some point, because I know they're big Anthrax guys.
Well, then they love that song because
And they
we'll sit around and play this song at practice.
Right. Well, like I said, Stink Flamingo's still supposed to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounded like they had to do that for like a movie soundtrack or something.
Yeah, I could see it on like a Fast and Furious or something.
Yeah.
But if you ever have a chance and you're bored with music, go check out all the covers that Anthrax has done, and there's some good stuff. Like, what is it? The one that was sent to the thread a few weeks ago. Was it the not Goodbye Horses, but what's the Travel on My Wayward Son? They did that. Was it Chicago?
Yeah.
Right?
No, that was that's Kansas, right?
Is it Kansas? Is it?
Yeah.
Kansas, yeah.
Wayward Son.
It's just I had no idea how many covers they did until someone had mentioned it, and then I stumbled across that. Just happened to leave a track going, and then found that song. So, anyway, if you like Refused, and
so Steve Aoki did a version.
Let's hear it.
Whoa, that's pretty fast.
Yeah. This sounds like it'd be on a movie too.
This is like on a soundtrack.
The new Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. That's cool.
Nah, new Fight Club. New Fight Club.
Yeah.
But that sounds like the original vocals. Is it not?
It says Bloody Beetroot.
Yeah,
featuring Refused. If you look over on the album, so maybe they did grab the vocals off of it.
The best one, though, will come from Fort Worth. The best cover of it.
Now this sounds too slow. The original sounds too slow after hearing that one.
Yeah.
Screw it up.
Oh, we need to be put in for Leviathan and Ashes. Are we?
No, I'm working on that.
Okay, cool. Because I don't have that in my calendar. What's the date on that?
I don't know. I have to look that one up too.
Yeah.
So Anthrax,
easy.
I mean the band's great. I thought the music sounded good. I just didn't like it. Okay, so
you thought it was Sammy Hagar sounding-ish, is what it was.
So you're saying it was a cover, right?
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Okay.
He's disappointed in the vocals because he doesn't like vocalist.
That's not what I said. I just don't like. I don't know.
You don't like "Hello, baby"?
I love Sammy Hagar.
That's what it sounded like to me. Was like a Sammy Hagar. Like
but
if he had done it, it is weird.
It doesn't fit that song. Doesn't fit that song at all.
He should have been a little bit more sloppy.
Speaking of covers, our friend Richard Keller over at Itchy Richie and the Itchy Richie Foundation with the Burning Sensation put out a cover of Enjoy the Silence.
There's a lot of people doing Depeche Mode right now.
There's so we have a new JJTM best of, or presents the best of.
Okay.
That we will release sometime down the road, and it is Depeche Mode. And one of the things we talked about in there was
how many people are doing it.
Is it between Enjoy the Silence and Personal Jesus? How many people have covered those two songs?
Oh yeah.
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 Marilyn Manson.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So March 9th. Cicada.
Mm-hmm. Meeting, Surrender Light, JOE, DJ Lazy Tapes, Tattoo Pop Up.
Yeah, you can get tattoos.
No Cover.
You can get your nose art.
Man.
There at Cicada.
I'm gonna get a JOE tattoo. Some traditional JOE stuff.
That night's gonna be.
Who's
a
doing
lot
the
of fun.
tattoos? Is it listed?
Yeah, it's on the.
Is it Josh?
No. It is.
I'm gonna get a call from Josh then for sure. Our name's not on this, right?
It says Bad Luck Bailey.
Yeah, she does stuff up there every once in a while, little pop-ups. She'll have a little selection of art you can pick from, like
8 p.m.
Slash.
$80.
Grab some stuff.
$80. 8 spots available.
Oh, $80. Does I might sign up. I'll get a little traditional flash.
Can I get a tattoo of Little Peep on the bottom of my foot?
Yeah, you can always do that. Who was that? Jake did that.
Jake did it.
Did he ever answer our email?
Yeah.
Son of a. Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Was he say they was tied up in court?
No,
Can't do it?
they're kind of busy, have some stuff going on, but yeah.
What? When are we gonna hear it? Is he
They have
trying out for spectacle?
Their show's back on. Their show's back. He's mixing the.
Oh, it
Spectacle
is.
record,
I didn't know that they're back on the ticket.
No, their podcast. They're doing their podcast.
So they're
every
just
day.
straight staying there. So
Yeah.
they couldn't get out of the compete. Was it a non?
No, they got out of it.
So then why aren't they going to a radio station yet?
They don't want to.
They're
They're
decided
making more
keeping
money
it.
from doing this.
Smart,
Very
smart.
Making smart. There's money in podcasting if people do it right.
Yeah.
And aren't like us.
Well, you just got to be creative, though.
Yeah, you gotta have a business or mind, and I don't have one. And
No, if that's not the problem either, man. I've thought of 50 ideas that would fly. It's
just gotta do it.
Yeah, it's just getting on doing it.
Execution.
Execution. But the thing is this, you got to decide if you're a podcaster right now, especially this day and age, you have to decide if you want someone to tell you your content, if it passes or fails, or if you want to do it yourself. We have always chosen to do it ourselves. So we are pretty limited to donations.
Yeah.
The reason our audience that listens to us doesn't take us serious about that, I have no idea. That's probably a problem in messaging. We haven't let people know that this costs.
It's either that or it's probably like they'll be here every week anyway, so I don't have to donate. But then that one week when we're not here,
then they'll really donate,
and they'll be like, "Well, where'd they go?"
And we've thought of
You
the
let 2
price.
weeks
We've
go
thought
by?
of the levels. We've thought of the levels of
Yeah.
sponsorship. Nobody seemed to give a shit about that.
Nope.
We've thought of actually coming in on the show. We thought of going and mowing people's yards, and nobody's ever given a shit about it. So it's like,
yeah,
I think
we were going to do shows at
I
people's
think the
houses.
audience has told us what they think. If we don't,
They hate
If
us.
we don't show up next week to do a show,
They don't care.
there'll be some other motherfuckers right behind us that will come along and take our places just like that in the scheme of things.
All right, so we won't be here next week or the week after.
Until
or
we
the
get a
week
donation.
after, or the week after.
Well,
They're on strike.
Yeah, we're going on strike.
The show comes full circle
There we
at the
go.
end, like always.
We're going on strike. And we won't come back until we get donations or
And a health plan.
yeah, and
Please.
a health plan.
A 401k.
Get Tom Martins on the line.
Where's he at?
Nice. Very nice.
That's funny. That's pretty good. I like that. That was good. Yeah. So where you sandwiched at on this line? Are you between Arena Light and Methinks? Because that'd be perfect.
I'm just going by how the flyer looks. I think I'm the chocolate between the vanilla.
That's gonna be awesome. Because that's the way it should be.
Whoa.
That's not chocolate between the vanilla, but it should be some good rock and roll, some hip hop, and then some good rock and roll. I love shows like that.
Austin
It's so great.
style.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now there is one problem.
What's that?
Sobriety.
That same night is the Mean Motor Scooter album release at Boiled Owl, I believe.
Really?
Yeah,
It's an album or is this a single?
it's the album.
Album.
And they're going to come in next week to talk about it.
Okay.
So
That sucks.
I feel like they would. Well,
It's too bad we couldn't get it to line up.
depending on what time they go on,
I feel like they were going later though.
they probably
What time's
will.
y'all's gonna? What time is?
We get started at 9, but I don't know. I feel like for something like if it's at the bowl, I feel like it would be something that'll go on later.
Yeah. 11:30.
Maybe
we'll
Joe-
find out next week. So I'm going to swing both. I don't care.
Maybe
They're right
Joe
down the
will
street
do
from each other.
something. Not maybe MMS Joe
Mhm.
will do something special for Cicada after a few, later time or something.
Maybe make it all work so everybody can go from one to another.
No, just saying. I
No.
don't think they're going to possibly be. They would have been able to get over there and do a show, tear down from one venue and then come over.
No. I'm talking about us travel from Cicada over to Boiled Owl. Maybe they'll set up their time where the people can go and celebrate the Cicada's 1-year anniversary, and then travel over to Boiled Owl and finish off the night there.
Yeah, but then don't you host Tyler?
Why? You've
Because
seen all the
everybody's
bands?
leaving. The
Oh,
bar's still open.
well, yeah, it kind of sucks.
Tough
that
shit,
way.
Tyler.
We live in an area where there's a lot of good music.
You need more donations.
Yes. I don't know. Go on strike.
There you go. Cicada strike.
I don't know. We'll figure it all out. We'll get it going. There'll be. I don't know. Figure it all out.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Mhm.
It might be one of those nights, though, like you said, where it's just
Yeah.
bouncing back and forth from.
What you got coming up after this?
I
After
got Martin House, March 14th. That's their Thursday when they do their wristband thing.
Yeah.
So that's always cool. $15, 4 beers, keep the glass.
Wish I wouldn't. My practice is every Thursday, and I want to come to one of those because it's cool.
What was the date on that one?
March 14th.
March 14th. That's a Thursday, huh?
Yep, 6 to 9. Me and my DJ.
Thursday.
Nice.
It's always a vibe.
And
At Martin House.
you got anything else? You got a bearded lady appearance or anything?
I need to get at them, but like Neutral Ground. Neutral
Oh,
Ground Brewing
Yeah.
on Race Street, March 23rd. That is their 3-year anniversary.
It's been 3 years, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Nice. And then are you going to 3 Wide this weekend? Check it
I
out.
am checking out 3 Wide this Sunday. They're open. They're going to be open Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to go Sunday.
Cool.
It should be fun.
Might roll up there and check it out. I don't check out that side of the world that much, but
Me
I'd like to
neither.
and go up there and hang out. You got the outlet mall up there. You
Mhm.
got Buc-ee's.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's just like, yo,
Twin Peaks now.
Yeah, hit Buc-ee's, hit the brewery, hit the outlet.
Yeah,
Come home with some new sneakers.
there we go. You gonna get you some Trump sneakers?
I heard they're sold out, man.
Are they really?
I heard them sold.
Yeah, I saw also. So
They look
I
kind
saw.
of ridiculous.
Well, I saw
They're
one dude
stupid.
posting that it was like it cost him like $400, right? I like them. I think they're pretty dope. I don't think they're that bad. But then I
Oh,
saw
no.
someone else that
They're
said they
pretty
spent
ridiculous.
$45,000 on theirs. I'm like, so what's the price then? Like, is it just an auction type thing?
That was
or
like a
how'd
resale.
they do it?
They probably bought them off somebody like resale type thing.
Yeah.
No, I think
They
they're
look
pretty-
silly as shit. They
Nah,
look like something
man.
my grandma would wear to
Yeah.
power walking the mall.
Let's wait till you see people wearing them. Well, actually, no one's going to wear them, are they?
That'd be hilarious if I see somebody wearing them in public.
How many did he
with
have
a
made?
MAGA hat on.
I'm gonna step on them. Like, whoop.
Do you get a free? Do you get a free MAGA hat if you get it? But if you pay that much for the sneakers,
I guarantee you that is like some weird gold foil on the outside, and the people that have them, it's probably already peeling off. I bet you that shit doesn't flex or nothing, doesn't
You think
move
he
with
went
the
cheap?
leather.
Probably a scam. They
he probably used China to
probably
put 'em
haven't
on.
even. It's probably like a pre-order. They haven't even produced them yet. Like,
Well, they showed a whole room full of the shoes and the boxes ready to
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
And the way they were wrapping them all up and everything, I was like, good God. But he probably did have them made at some sweatshop down on Canal
China.
Street in Chinatown.
No,
But that-
in China.
But that's
That'd be
funny how he just thought of a pitch. He's like, I'm gonna go to a sneaker convention.
That is kind of funny. Like, and then he talks politics at a sneaker convention and everybody's like, I don't give a shit about any of this. I just want
Did he?
sneaks. Yeah.
He started. He started his spiel, huh?
Yeah, it was like a.
Well, they
it
need
was
to
a
do that.
campaign stop, right?
Man, they
Yeah.
need to do that though because the debates for the general election are going to be shit
Yeah.
if they even happen. Can you imagine these two guys getting up there just not making them one damn bit of sense?
Mm-mm.
So,
Like that's not, so. If I was running for president, that's what I would do. I would just start going to cool ass conventions and strip clubs and stuff, and that's where I would campaign.
we'll see, man.
You just enjoy what you got going on here
It's
because
just gonna be weird.
Yeah, and the magnetic poles are about to flip
At the
and
podcast?
It's gonna
Hey.
just
We might get a woman president. You know what I'm saying? One
No, that's another
Trump
thing
might
too.
win. Then he go to jail, and then
Yeah.
true.
and then Shorty have to step up, or fucking Biden dies, and
Oh,
homegirl will
it's
have to
not even
step
gonna-
up.
Man, if Biden wins, I bet you anything immediately he's going to step down and let Kamala take over. He has to, man. The guy can't function.
Either that or kick the bucket.
I think he's gonna die.
She's probably.
I don't think
she's
he'll
probably
make it.
just going to go up and punch him in the chest, and it's going to be over. It's her position.
Can we? You want to place a bet if he'll make it to November?
I bet you anything.
I think he'll make it to November, but
I don't.
Do you
think
he'll
so.
make it to
I don't think
January?
he'll be on the ticket. I don't think he's going to be on a ticket, and I think the Democrats are going to fuck themselves by aligning. They're going to bring in Gavin, and it's going to piss off everybody in the Democratic Party. They're going to be like, "What the fuck? You can't just look over Kamala."
I'm calling Trump winning but going to jail.
That would
Well,
be
if that's the
Be
case,
absolutely
if he
amazing.
won and he goes to jail, then technically it's going to be his VP that would run it, right?
Right.
Unless he's involved.
Right.
But who knows? The problem is the people that hate Trump are running out of time and they're running out of options. So if I was Trump, I wouldn't. This is when I would go underground and not show my head anywhere. Because what else can they do?
He's got to show face because that's how he gets the votes.
Yeah, he's got to.
And that's
sell
what
sneakers.
separates him from Biden.
He's got to sell these fake.
He's got to
gold
sell the
sneakers.
sneakers. Yeah.
I don't know. This is a circus, and it's funny.
And it had even
It
we're
cracks me
still far out from this election, and we've had nothing but chaos since January.
Yeah,
it's like both sides every day something crazy is happening, and it's what really sucks is where the hell did Robert Kennedy go? Like you see him every once in a while, like
his wife is all over Curb right now.
I haven't started.
Oh, you haven't?
Mm-mm.
Well, it's pretty gold.
I think she's awesome. I think they're an awesome couple. They're an awesome power couple.
Cheryl's awesome.
And Robert Kennedy.
Yeah.
I think they're.
Do you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Oh, dude,
No?
you'd like it.
Mm-mm.
Oh my God, Leon is gold in this.
This season?
Yeah, he had me laughing the other night, and with this broke rib, like
Oh,
I
yeah.
couldn't control it.
I'm surprised you tried to watch it.
I could not control it. But they're talking about something. I forgot what it was, and it was about Larry being Jewish. And Leon goes, "Well, you got a song that's all about the Jews called Hey, Hey Jew." And he's
Yeah.
like, "No, it's Hey Jude."
Yeah.
With a D. And it's pretty damn. It made me laugh so hard, but it's good. It's good. It's good.
I can't wait to watch
This is
it.
going out with a bang.
Yeah, I'm so pissed off I don't have Max right now.
And you can see them like they know it's the final season.
So they're cutting up and stuff.
They lose it because it's unscripted or whatever. Just the general idea is there, but they'll start losing it or start laughing and about whatever they're talking about. It's pretty good. So enjoy that while you can, and enjoy the beginning of the F1 season this weekend. In Bahrain.
This was a fast off season. No pun intended.
And maybe Christian Horner won't be there because he sent dick pics or something to someone.
Are they coming down with that ruling this week?
They said that we should know something by today, tomorrow.
So any minute.
Any second. Is sun up over in London yet?
I don't
No,
think
not
so.
yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. So, anyway. Yeah, we may not have a leader of Red Bull anymore.
I was going to wear my only F1 gear, my hoodie, over here. But
It's too hot. It's 100 degrees. in February.
94 degrees in February. 6 degrees away from 100 in February.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's insane.
And then we go to 50 tomorrow. 50s and 30s when we wake up in the morning.
And then I'll be bitching about sinus and allergies like normal.
I'm done with it.
Me too. Let's end the show.
All right. Well, Joe, thank you for coming over. sharing some insight.
Yeah, come over more often, man.
Hey, when the project drops,
Definitely do it.
Project
Send us a
drops.
message.
Yeah,
you can
come
come
over.
over,
Yes,
hang
sir.
out.
It's always a ride.
Yeah.
Yep. I like when you come in and hang out with us. And last night was fun. It was good seeing you.
Always, man.
That's a
I'll try to
little
make
deal,
those
and
meetings next time. Since I'm working off a calendar now, it's a new world. Like,
you figured out your life.
not yet, but I'm working on it.
Getting there.
Definitely working on it.
Makes things a lot easier.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
When you know what's going on.
These ladies know what they're talking about, don't they?
Yeah. I'm waiting for you to come in with one of those calendars with all the pretty stuff on it and all the little
Scrapbooking stuff?
No, the planners with all the little tabs and everything and all the little.
Oh, I got some
going to it.
little stickers and stuff I can put on special dates if I want to.
Smiley face.
You know that's a big thing at the end of the year / beginning of the year. You got to go to Michael's and buy your perfect planner so you can plan out your year. Have all your dates.
I'm
in
not there
your
yet.
birthdays and stuff. You will be. You'll be going
Maybe
to
one of these days.
a planning /
Convention.
scratchbook convention.
Planacon.
Oh,
Planacon.
this is my genius idea I meant to tell you last week, and this is
Two chicks.
two chicks same time. Genius? No genius. This is copyrighted, trademarked, JJTM.
Nick, don't even think about it.
I have a show idea. This is what the whole podcast is about. Went to one of these little trade expos a couple weeks ago, the Fort Worth Indoor and Garden Show
Oh, yeah.
at the
An old people
at
show.
Will Rogers, where you walk around and they offer you, it's just a bunch of booze, and they're like, here, you want some insulation, or here, you need grass, or you need mosquito spray, or you need this or that. You want some plants, you want... It's all this, the Home and Garden Expo. So you go through there.
It's a Home Depot pop-up.
Basically. So the podcast is nothing but going to different conventions every week.
And harassing everybody?
And, yeah.
It's a good idea.
Giving them hell, talking to them, beating these people down that travel the country trying to sell you stuff.
Yeah.
That's the whole concept, the whole idea. So, like, this week we're going to the Spa Expo. And next week we're going to the New Car Expo. And then the next week we're going to the Sci-Fi Expo, like we used to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's the entire show. It'd be great.
Yeah.
Let's quit this one.
All right, let's
And we'll
close
start
it down.
that one.
This is the end of the Jerry Jonestown Massacre. Next
now
year it'll just be about conventions.
The convention con people.
Yeah. Trade shows.
Trade shows. That sounds so NPR.
So NPR.
Trade shows on NPR.
All right. Brewed Up Joe on all social media.
Yeah, he's a badass hip hop artist, and he likes beer.
Screw.
Bye.
Good night.
I like that our dismounts have gotten more and more awkward. It's so much fun.
I like that.
Meow.